wonderful world. Hello and welcome to Mid Dice Crisis. Feigned excitement for those watching at home.
We're gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fanfare.
Fanfare. Woo.
No, it's an ice cream.
As I said to these lovely people surrounding me, I have a deal with I shredded my voice yesterday on top of allergies, so I apologize if I don't sound crisp.
He has a
But
frog in his throat.
yes, I do. He's a small guy about that big. Anyway, he's actually puppeting me. So if you are watching on your mobile devices or on your TV via YouTube or any of those like Twitch and TikTok and Twitter and Facebook and all those, check us out. Give us a like. A thumbs up would go a whole long way to help us grow this channel.
We crave
also,
any attention.
yeah, we do crave the attention. We also prefer it if you subscribe and comment. That's for our own edification. I know that yesterday during a craft fair, our lovely Eddie Black was able to coerce people into subscribing to our channel, and we thank her efforts. Thank you, Eddie.
Yeah, welcome.
It's amazing how much you convince people to do stuff if you hand them free stuff. Like, hey, you want this? Just click right here. Just right here.
There you go.
So if you were with us last week, we introduced the next leg of our campaign, which introduces Sandy Peterson's Planet Apocalypse.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful book. It has a lot of good stuff in it. It has new classes and perks that you can add to your game and a whole lot of scenarios. I believe there's 3 actual mini games within the book. So if you're interested in running your game and putting your players through all sorts of hell, this is the book for you, because the illustrations, chef's kiss. They're
Not
beautiful.
sponsored, but would love to be.
Not sponsored, but hey, they need a little boost, and so do we. So it's equal scratching of the backy. But Sandy Peterson, if you're not familiar with him, he does things like, I don't know, Cthulhu Wars and Doom, games you've never heard of, I'm sure.
Age of Empires?
Something like that. Age of Empires.
This one guy.
This one guy.
All hail Cthulhu.
And his legion of family members that run the company.
Yeah.
So, does anybody have any announcements aside from
No.
No?
No.
No.
We're all gonna die.
There's a new link to the link tree
Oh, that's
in
right.
in our description, and in the link tree is where you can go and get your own sack of King's nuts.
Your own King's Nuts sack. Look at those beautiful dice. Nutty goodness. Bursting with flavor in your mouth. Don't eat
Do
them.
not eat the dice.
Do not eat the dice.
Do not.
We did this. Just
You too can have the King's Nutsack in the palm of your hand.
You too can fit all the King's Nuts in your mouth, but don't eat them.
Don't do that though.
Don't eat them.
I'm ashamed of all.
Do
of
not eat them unless you're a trained professional like me.
I mean,
Don't
nope.
eat them.
No. Spit it out. Spit it out.
Spit it out.
Spit it out. Okay, now put it back in the bag. That's going to be sold for extra money because it has your spit. Anyway.
That'll be our
Now I'm
only.
gonna throw like mix them up. No one will know.
That's our OnlyFans bag.
So wrong.
You know
This
you
is
want
wrong
it,
in
Brian.
every way.
Well, without further ado, let's recap a little bit of what happened on the last episode of Mid Dice Crisis.
Yeah, the transition.
I sat on his big bad last time.
You
Oh, yeah.
did.
Took him out of the
Took
fight.
out a demon by sitting on him and bear hugging him to death, basically. We had Riona, who kept turning into a red panda, giant red panda, and running all over the place, usually carrying Torsten around, who had a one-on-one tete-a-tete with a preening grillis, which, if you guys haven't seen the pictures, I'm sure we'll have them up on one of our sites somewhere
Tiki
at some
talk.
point. Yes, Tiki Talk. Let's see. After this huge battle with these demons, our intrepid and fearless heroes ran as fast as their four legs could carry them. Riona turned into a Clydesdale, basically, hooked up the wagon, threw as many people on there as possible, and had Torsten on the back and everybody else inside except for Scrack. And we just lost Scrack. Sorry, Scrack. But Rusty was on top of the back of Scrack, and they were running out of town, witnessing as the entire town was just besieged by all sorts of different demons and manners of creatures. They also saw from a distance several of the individuals who live in said town get completely torn apart by various demons. And they also saw close up some people die, like the ones that were run over by our fearless group of people. You guys
No.
Eddie,
We have lots of fear going right now.
Yeah.
Eddie in her shame has left.
The word hero is used incorrectly.
Yeah, I mean, it has various meanings to various people, but in this case, I think it probably does not apply. So yes, you even had some people begging for help. No help came. The entire town was besieged, set on fire, and just eaten through by demons. You got away from the town eventually, and you found yourself taking shelter in the rolling, almost barren plains, just a few copses of trees here and there. There was a small cave, and this being winter, you were able to hide yourselves fairly decently, and you all got a long rest and leveled up. So there's that. Level 7 for our group, which is more than I thought they'd make it to. Anyway,
And then, of
as
course,
you all
at the-
took watch and the others bedded down for the evening, certain things began happening.
I'm so mad.
And I was going to start with Scrack, but since
Okay.
Torsten had to speak up and Scrack isn't here,
I'm glad I'm on watch by myself outside while you guys are all having nightmares in the cave. I'm good. I'm outside like, oh, it's cold, but I got warmth.
so Torsten, as you see this enormous, bulbous figure with two giant horns extending from its yellow-skinned head, a more than a Glasgow smile just reaps up to the ears. He smiles as he steeples his fingers with his long black claws. Gold and jewels hang from his neck, as well as baubles around the wrists. Long, dark silk robe hides the majority of his body. You do see a thin, hairless tail, not quite hairless, has a little tuft of hair at the end, whip around, almost like a cat in a way, as it looks down its piggish nose at you. We have things to discuss.
I don't deal with demons.
Oh, but you do.
Just because you left a scar doesn't mean you own me.
Me? I would never harm someone's visage as perfect as yours once was, I'm sure. Care for a drink? Waves a hand, a gold goblet of wine and mead. Sorry, just mead. Rises out of the ether next to you.
I don't take it.
It's a shame. I
Oh, we're
brewed
done.
myself. Hi, Scrack. We're in the middle of Torsten's dream. I'll get to you in
Okay.
a moment.
Yeah. Sorry, my computer crashed.
No matter. I'll take it back. As he does, it appears in his hand. He takes a long drink from it. Again, I did not do that, but I know who did.
Wonderful. I hear there's a lot of you around now.
More than you realize. Aren't you the least bit curious?
What, of where he is? Of what he's doing? How his family is?
Perhaps. Or maybe gain revenge.
I seek justice. Justice will put him in my path before too long.
Yes. Sit around and wait for something to happen. That seems to be the way you humans react to everything. Just wait for things to happen.
Oh, there's plenty happening right now, in case you haven't
Oh.
noticed.
I've noticed. The movement.
How are you even here?
Oh, good question. How am I here? Perhaps it's a number of things. Perhaps I was summoned by a group. Perhaps I have followers that use my power for their own purposes. Perhaps you gained my interest and I just appeared.
What about me and this would interest you at all?
Well, if I remember correctly, and he reaches in and he pulls out a small black book and starts putting a little pince-nez glasses on his nose, starts thumbing. Let's see. Torsten, am I correct?
Yes.
Let's see. Oh my, you are young for a human. Yes. So, and he closes the book, puts it in. I have information if you are curious. Maybe not wait for fate to place Bellic in your path. Maybe I could put you in his.
Bellic is his name, eh? Or did you think me too dense to not be listening?
Oh no, I name drop quite frequently.
What's it going to cost me?
Oh, that's a good question. What could it cost you? As he kind of rubs his chin a little bit, you do see that the jewelry changes. He has opulent rings on at one moment, gold and platinum bands on his wrists. The chains thicken in places as the jewelry just changes size, shape, color. Sometimes his horns are adorned with what could probably be easily an arm cuff on a barbarian, but all very high end, very high quality metals and gems. The silk shimmers in the firelight. Make a perception roll for me. Nice.
A natural 20 for 24.
Nice. As he strokes his original chin, because he has multiple, he looks up thoughtfully and his eyes glow, not just because of the firelight, but an internal fire that ignites him from within. And these long nails glitter with gems on them themselves. As the robes shift in the light, you see the faces of different humanoids shifting with the light through the robe. All seem to be silently wailing. As he crosses one goat leg over the other, you see his hooves are, they have, we'll say horseshoes, but made of precious metals, and more opulent in design than just a regular horseshoe. And he smiles and looks at you and goes, "Well, if you were to take up my offer and help me with a problem, then I could aid you. I understand you are a cleric of someone. How's that working out for you?"
It works well enough.
Fair enough. But if you ever stop trying to be emo about it, I could just give you the powers that you seek.
I believe I believe the god that I serve would be none too happy me getting in bed with a demon.
Oh, sweetie, I'm not talking about that. That could come later. What I am talking about, may I offer you a drink? And another drink pops up.
No.
Do you not imbibe?
Oh, I do.
Hmm.
From trusted sources.
Oh, sweetie, mine is the most trusted in all the realms of hell.
Well, there you have it then.
Back to business then. My opportunity that I'm extending towards you is to become a follower of me. Hi. And he reaches out his clawed hand. Mammon.
I don't shake it.
I don't blame you. Could be a trap. You never know. But down to brass taxes, which is a phrase that I created for more money. This opportunity, you could either take of my power and have the ability to do your magics to make it a little easier on yourself, or I could give you the information anyway, not touch you in that way, and you could owe me a favor. I'm sure Balak is out there somewhere doing something horrible to someone, and eventually he may find another troop of weary travelers who just happen to be in the area. And, well, you know his modus operandi.
I appreciate that you think that my faith is so thin that I would fall for any trick that you might be thinking of.
Well, my dear, one has to try, don't they?
I see you appreciate the finer things.
Oh, yes, and I'm looking at a diamond in the rough.
Yes, well, diamonds only crystallize through pressure. So I'll take the hard way.
Pressure. Do you wish for more pressure?
I just turned my back on him.
Ooh. Strong, silent, broody type. Tasty.
I would
Well,
like to
as-
wake up now.
As we don't seem to have an accord, just keep it in the back of your mind. Ruminate on it a bit. You don't have to say yes now, but those offers are extended to you. Scratch my back, I scratch yours. Have a good day. And you wake up in a pile.
Oh, these PTS dreams. Oh,
Scrack. You are asleep. And you are dreaming of this lush, cool forest laying on a thick bed of moss. The stream goes lazily by you, filled with all number of large fish, just right there for the plucking. But it's not like any forest that you recall. The moss has a purplish tinge to it, as do the leaves. There are bright colors woven into the barks. Even the soil under your claws glitters with different facets like a jewel. And as you lay there, feeling the mist from the water splashing up and hitting you every once in a while, cooling you to your touch, you look into the water and you see your face. And it is you, Scrack. And the face that looks back at you cocks its head a little bit, looks back around. And as you look up from the stream, I need you to roll perception.
$21.
As you look up from the stream, having trouble. As you look up from the stream, the forest is gone. Rolling hills. And far off in the distance, there is a town, fairly large town. Lights from the lanterns dot the area and give it just a slight glow. But the brightest area is not from the town itself, but off to the side a little bit. Bright colored flags and tarps of tents. You can hear music. Every once in a while, you can see a burst of flame. Someone is producing flame somehow, and it's flying up in a hot billow to the sky. And the music becomes louder, almost like it's getting closer. And as you look around, it's not coming towards you. You are moving without walking towards this bright affair of color and lights and sound. You see no one, but you can hear children laughing. You can hear the gasps of awe and shock with the reveal of something in the background. You can hear babies crying. You can hear young lovers talking to each other quietly as if they were huddled together, witnessing some scary phenomenon. One of them saying, "It'll be okay. It's just a show." And as the music swells, the lights brighten. You blink once, it's getting too bright. You blink twice, it's almost too bright to see anything at this point. It's just a white sheen. You blink a third time, and you're in darkness. A spotlight drops down, and there is a red and blue crate, decorated and seemingly bejeweled, but you can see that they were fake jewels glued upon wood. Some of them are slightly off. Others, you can see the glue around them. As you stare harder at this crate, you can see the slapdash paint and the wear and tear of years of use. The crate opens up. This crate is no more than a foot by a foot. But as the crate opens up, this tall red and white hat, like a top hat, but exceedingly long, starts rising up out of the crate. And eventually, the form of a man, his shoulder pulled in until they reach out, and then he begins to unfold himself. He is in bright, opulent colors with rhinestones all over his outfit. A hand rests on his belt where there's a whip, and the other holds a cane. And he smiles at you and goes, "Ah, Scrack. Long time no see. We miss you. Come join us. Others have. We are recently acquired to perform indefinitely. We're waiting for you."
I charge him.
Okay. As you charge him, you get nearer and nearer. He smiles widely as his hands go out, one still holding the cane. They go out to the sides completely, and he begins to bow very gracefully, but very slowly, almost mechanically. And as you are charging him, he smiles wider and wider, his smile reaching back further and further, more teeth, more gum, just keeps going until he starts laughing and he opens his head and you awaken.
Both me and Scrack are just like, "Rah!"
Yeah. Rusty.
Yes, brother.
Oh, we're
The
doing that?
beautiful dark-skinned woman walks across the water, freezing everything in place, giving her a place to step as she nears you. We have terms. Would you like to hear them?
I don't see that I have much choice, but yes.
Oh, you have every opportunity, Rusty. You can either wake up now and dismiss our little commune, or you stay and hear my master's proposal.
I'm not one to sit idly by and wait for opportunity to come to me.
A go-getter, then.
Let's hear it.
It's simple. You have a gift, do you not?
Some would say that.
Some
Some would call it a curse.
There it is. Those who are cursed generally don't see the benefits of their blessing. However, many eyes are on you currently, Rusty. Many, including that of my patron. He sent me to find you. I nearly approached you in person once before. I got a good look at you. But you had to run off.
Is this why my powers have returned?
We'll call it a taste. First one's free. Second one you have to pay for.
always is.
The terms are simple, and she pulls a blue book, very recognizable to you, and she holds it out. This is, shall we say, an instruction manual. The things that I offer you on behest of my master, the things that you will be able to do. All he wants is you to represent him. Bring the word to the masses, we'll say.
Right now, all the masses seem to be demons. Do they want me to spread the word to the demons?
Oh, no, no. Those who are out now, that was inevitable. But my master needs some help. He needs go-getters like you to help herd the undulating mass of vile that is spewing out right now. What do you say?
So, you scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of situation.
Oh, I wouldn't think of scratching your back, Rusty.
That's good because I wouldn't turn it. People
Excellent.
with turns backs often end up with daggers in them.
Usually people who do that are generally conceived as fools.
So you've left out a small detail.
And what was that?
The name.
Of my patron?
Who else?
Oh, he's been watching you for a time through your gift. He saw the opportunity through your gift to extend his hand, shall we say.
There's a lot of words without the single one that I'm looking for.
Well, he doesn't care to be called master, but I think he would be fair to being called partner. We'll call him Levi.
And I get to protect my friends.
Oh, do with the power as you will. The only thing that they're asking is that you evangelize a few people.
That could be done.
I know it could. She holds the book out to you.
I take it.
Okay. As you grab it with your hand, you feel a sharp sting in your fingers and your thumb. Blood drops from each and is absorbed by the book. You instantly feel this warmth through your system. The cold never bothered you anyway.
God damn it, Justin.
I'm so disappointed in you.
Eddie, let it go.
Mhm.
And as you look at your hand, it heals almost instantaneously. The book is a vibrant shade of blue. On the front, there is almost a triangle with 3 peaks. So flat here goes up to 2 peaks here and a peak in the middle. And there is a star in the center. Everything that you need to know, you can learn about in that book. It takes time to learn everything, but it does come with perks. I look forward to seeing you in real life again, Rusty. As she steps back, everything fades. You awaken.
No, don't come back. Crap. What are you guys doing awake?
Bad dreams.
Yeah.
Demons offering me power. Not
Bad dreams.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
Rusty.
Torsten?
Are you okay?
Hold out my hand. Press the digitation. Fire appears in my hand. Stuff it out. I think I'm okay.
Wow. Now, if I could only figure out how to do magic that easily again.
I know a guy.
You know a guy. What did you do?
What do you mean? I wouldn't do anything that would risk harming the group.
I roll over as I'm sleeping, going, "Shut up! Who cares? He did whatever he did," and just goes right back to sleep.
I'm not going to say this very often, but listen to the dwarf.
I hold up my hand, flipping them off, and go back to sleep.
Well,
I just
everyone's-
Turn a half circle and face away from everybody.
You get
Okay,
butt.
buddy.
Scrack's butt, as furry and hairy as it is, firmly in Rusty's face.
Just don't squish Max. That poor old man is in that cave with you guys.
Well, as long as I'm awake, I guess I'll go and go ahead and take a last bit of watch and watch the sunrise if the sun ever rises again.
I start taking off my clothes. You know, I think I'm going to have a bath.
You are always naked.
It's his thing. Literally his thing.
I
While they were having their PTS dreams, can I have taken out my mom's journal and do the thing that Max did with the other book? I have my flame in my hand and I take the book and I hold it over, not burning the pages. I'm too terrified of that, but the heat to see if there's any secret notes in it because I learned that from Max.
Yeah. Give me an investigation check.
All right. Investigation.
That one.
Don't you dare. I don't have a great investigation. It's only
We've
plus
rolled
one to begin
enough
with.
of those to last the entire campaign already.
13.
13. Okay.
Yeah, it's not the worst.
So are you opening it up anywhere in particular, or are you just
I'm
random?
gonna go towards the middle of the book, aiming towards where the poetry and the notes and stuff are a little darker.
Okay. So as you do, you flip through the pages, you hold it up, hopefully not breaking the spine of it.
Mhm.
Can't stand that. And you focus your flame in your hand. As you hold the pages over, you start to smell a little curl of smoke. And
I-
as you take it away, you do see words begin to form in the margins.
I'll look at all the words in the margin, just taking in anything I can find.
Okay.
And just stay in the snow. Hidden, well, for the most part, hidden under a pile of snow now because my hood was up the entire time. Just
You still wearing the mask?
yes, still wearing owl mask.
Okay. So as you do this, you know it's always darkest literally before the dawn. The fire off in the distance from this town. You begin looking at the book and you look up every once in a while, and with the owl mask, it helps so much more. And as you scan the horizon between looking at the pages, you do notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, 7. The 6th one is carrying someone. Townspeople slowly, beleagueredly walking towards your direction, silhouetted against the light orange glow of the town's burning.
I stay in my pile of snow hidden, making sure they don't come too close. If they start getting closer to us, I'll head towards the cave to let everyone know.
Okay. Torsten, you said you're walking out?
I'm just gonna be chilling by, kind of like where the waterfall and the entrance of the cave meet. I'll be staying as dry as possible, but just kind of keeping an eye out, see if anything's coming our way.
All right. As you're a human and don't have night vision, like some people, give me a perception roll with disadvantage.
Don't be jealous of the night vision. That's all right.
I'm not jealous.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying.
I just need people to know that you have night vision.
Yeah, I have night vision.
5.
5. It's dark still.
It's
but
loud.
You can see the general landscape of this area. Rises in a few areas. There's some trees here or there sprinkled through. You see the cart. You know where it is. It's tipped over, covered. You do see a small mound with some bright red hair sticking out from the sides.
I'm familiar with that mound.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna just pace around a little bit and just kind of dim my eyes, dim my human eyes.
Hey, don't blame human eyes. I can see in the dark now,
Yeah, because your mask.
but I can see in the
know that.
dark.
You stub your toe.
Son of a. I was kind of keeping half an eye on Rusty. Make sure he doesn't drown or anything.
You like what you see?
Shut up, Rusty.
Rusty, what are you doing?
I'm taking a shower underneath the waterfall.
Oh yeah, it's glorious.
It feels nice to wash off all the stank.
If you guys have ever seen a 1970s soap commercial like Irish Spring or something, he is
Yeah.
just lathering himself up under this
Yeah,
icy.
everyone loves to take showers in 35-degree Scottish Highland water.
Oh yeah, yeah, and
Just
The
it's
said
cold
much
never
colder
bothered
here.
me anyway.
Oh, he did it too.
I did it.
Oh, I hate all of you.
I can't wait
But-
to make this into TikTok.
I hate all of you. I'm right there with the hate. You all suck.
I love it. I love it so much. Love.
But you do notice that Torsten, even in this dark, you do.
Oh, I noticed because I have dark vision.
Oh, yes, I know you have dark vision. But Torsten, you do notice even in the dark that his normal sandy blonde hair is shock white now, including the chops.
I'm not dyeing the beard for this.
Have I told you how much I love you, Justin? Because that just made my night.
Hey,
Worst.
I feel like you've made a little bit of a change on me, Rusty.
it's not super noticeable. He was blonde after all.
Take my head out of the waterfall. I know a person if you want the powers back. Just saying. There's no downside.
Why do I feel that's not true, Rusty? Rusty, the only thing that's around here are demons right now. You can't trust demons.
Who said anything about demons?
Me.
Just-
That sounds like a you problem.
I mean, it's not demons and humans. There are other races. Just saying.
I'm saying the only ones doling out power right now that seem to be wanting to dole out power.
I've had my powers for a while. It predates the demons.
I trust you, Rusty.
It's just a new arrangement. Don't worry. I'm still the same person.
Well,
That's what makes us worried.
I have to keep walking my own path, as you well know.
Can I hear all of this from my little snowy mound?
Make a perception check. Well, actually, what is your passive perception?
That's
Pretty high, I know.
Yeah, it
Huh.
changed recently. Let's see.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. That would be clear. Passive perception is 18.
18. Yeah, you can definitely hear.
Listening, staring, watching the 7 people walking.
So as Rusty goes back to his shower, he dips back his head and starts lathering it up again while helicoptering just for fun.
I'm glad I'm not turning around. Got it.
Oh Jesus.
To
By
wake
the way, it's
Torsten.
not me saying this.
Got my cloak just pulled around me, and my cloak covering my llama poncho, because I know if the llama poncho gets wet, it's gonna smell like wet llama. So I just have my cloak covering it. Layers are important, kids.
I'm so glad I'm still asleep.
Haskar, as you sleep. No, just kidding.
Yes, let's mess with him.
But Riona, as you hear Torsten's feet crunching in the frozen earth and snow, you hear this exchange between him and Rusty. You look down at your book and back up again at the people. They are definitely headed your way. They are much closer.
I am going to stand, shaking the snow off, turn and look at them and say, "Shut up. All of you. Get back in the cave, please. Even you, naked Rusty. Cave." And I'm walking towards the cave.
Okay. As you stand, some of the snow falls off of you, and Torsten, you see her. Rusty, just having a good old time, numb butt out and everything. But you do hear the first of the villagers to go, "Oh God, is that one of them? Did we turn around? Wait, no, those are people. There are people." And you hear others muttering, and they start kind of jogging towards you.
I go out and I join Riona.
I engage pants.
You engage pants.
Gauge pants.
I'm
Yes.
gonna stand with my staff and look at Torsten saying, "We can't help everyone. You know this, right?
No, but we can at least help them on their way.
We don't even have enough to help ourselves."
It'll be all right.
All right, Torsten. I will light up my hand bright enough so that it illuminates everything around us.
Okay.
I am now the torch.
You are the Green Lantern.
I hold my finger to my mouth, looking at everybody, and just like, shh, 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 shh. Come here.
We're not showing them where we're hiding, Torsten. We're just letting them walk up to us.
Do you trust me?
I trusted you this far. Smiles.
So as you stand there, they do get closer. Some a little faster than others. Some still seem a little skeptical. As they get closer, you do see that some of them have been injured. There is a woman carrying a small boy. There is a man who has his arm over another man, and they are carrying a small child as well. Few individuals, some even managed to have packs on their back, just filled to bursting. But they do get closer. Where are you from? Don't go that way.
It's okay. It's okay. We barely escaped the town as well. How many of you are injured?
Our town? Well, if you came from there, I don't know how you got here so fast. There's 4 injured. These 2 children, that elderly woman over there, and some minor scrapes and injuries.
Bring them to me.
Let's stay right here.
Okay.
By the tree, right here.
Oh, okay. We can do that. One by one, they will bring up 4 people. The ones that have minor injuries, they have taken cloth and torn it and bandaged themselves for the most part. But there are 4 that look pretty rough. The 2 kids, the elderly woman, and there's a very gaunt lizard folk who is wearing more than just the usual loincloth. He actually is wearing pants and kind of a harness with pauldrons on his shoulders.
I lean over to Torsten. The lizard people run the government.
Everyone deserves to live until they give you a reason not to. So the 4, I go up to one of the children and just kind of reach inside. I go, this may seem a little icky, but this is going to help. I reach inside and I squeeze some of the wounds on my chest and get blood on both of my hands. And
what are you doing? What?
I whack him with my staff before he touches the child.
And I'm like, it's okay.
No. I walk up.
Take 87 bludgeoning damage. No,
I step in the way and I say, Torsten, why don't you do the priesty thing and I'll do the healy thing.
That is the priesty thing.
I want to examine the kids before everyone who's injured. I want to examine for certain bite marks that I have seen before that turn them into giant balloon people.
Okay. All right. Just remember that Torsten, his knees aren't worn out from prayer. Just throwing that out there.
They're worn out for another reason.
But yeah, so as one by one you begin looking, the children, one is unconscious, the other looks up at you. It has deep gouges on their face. Their hair is just covered in mud, as well as what rags they're wearing. Make a medicine check, please.
Medicine. I'm surprisingly okay at that.
And I start doing a
with a big old 9.
I
What do you
start
start doing?
doing I start doing a prayer of healing.
Okay. So you Mr. Miyagi style whap with the
Yeah.
blood. Spraying someone next to you. Ah.
I'm gonna take my time examining everyone. I'm looking for those bite marks with a big old 9, but it's something because I know
Yeah.
what I'm looking for. I don't
I
know any other
mean,
bites.
There's on the little girl with the scraped up face, you can tell those are claw marks. She is looking at you, and they've seen enough to be in shock. You can see where her tears have dried on her cheeks through the mud and dirt. She has red hair too, just a big shock of little orphan Annie afro type of hair. But she doesn't seem to be too afraid of you. The little boy who is unconscious, as you examine him, you realize that the 2 men are the boy's parents. And as they're holding him, they're like, please, you've gotta help him. He was in the middle of there was this cart came out of nowhere, and please just can you help him, please? And as they hold the boy out to you,
Is there any plant life near me?
it's middle of winter in a fairly open environment. There
Yeah.
again are some trees, but they're more dormant than anything.
They-
There's some hardy shrubs, but aside from that,
Just I'm gonna focus, put my hand on the ground, focusing on the shrub. Sorry, Mr. Shrub, and I'm gonna try to draw the energy from the earth and cast healing word on the little boy that's unconscious.
okay. You do feel the pull, and I want you to roll an investigation check for me.
Okay. Investigation again, +1. Big old 3 for you.
Okay.
I'm not rolling good.
So you don't notice at first, but as your hand is on the ground, you can feel the rough texture of the nearly frozen ground. But the warmth of the life force from the shrub starts pulling into your hand, and you put your other hand on the child's chest. And as you're concentrating, you feel that essence go from the plant through the ground into your hand, through your body to your other hand. And you hear the child gasp and then scream as blood begins coming out from your hand.
It's coming out of my hand onto
No,
him
out
or coming
from
him.
where your hand is.
Ah, fun.
Killing a kid.
Yeah. Basically,
This is
Torsten.
You're next.
Do you keep your
Pressure.
hand there, or
I take my hand away
okay?
and
As you take
cloak.
your hand away, you hear a ripping sound.
Oh,
Some of the clothing rips away with your hand, and you see your hand is covered in blood, but there are little tendrils, roots coming out of your palm.
Oh, now you're infected too. I'll make it quick and painless.
just the tiniest little Torsten help. And I have my hands up.
I I reach out to put a relaxing hand on her shoulder.
You can see because my hands are this. I turn them away from
Yeah.
the people.
As I finish.
The men grab up the child reflexively and protectively, and they start yelling. One of the men who is not holding the child reaches at his side like he's pulling a blade of some sort, but as he goes to reach for it, he realizes he doesn't have it hanging on his hip. You can see the empty scabbard
I'd
Just-
I'd let loose the prayer of healing.
Okay.
And that's gonna heal the, if it works right, it's gonna heal the 4 kids plus the 2 that have minor injuries.
Okay. The blood on your hand, as you release, sprays out in a fine mist. Not just flecks of blood droplets or anything. It's actually a fine mist that lights up bright red. And as it hits,
Now
the
you're a
individual-
super spreader.
yeah, you
That's
are.
how the plague started.
That's right. Everybody check for black marks. But you do see the wounds close on the kid's chest. How many people have gotten that one?
6 of the people,
Okay.
all four kids, plus the 2 that have bandages, and they all received 10 points of healing.
All right. Little girl's face knits back whole, but she's going to have scars. The little boy, his chest knits, and you see the side of his left side where his ribs are pop back out. And he takes a deep breath for the first time in who knows how long. And the lizard folk is barely able to walk. His scabbard is on his back and it is empty. But you can see him kind of stand a little taller and look directly at you with slitted eyes. And the old woman, she straightens up a little bit more and she takes her left hand and it has something in it, something cylindrical. As she holds it up and slaps it into the palm of her hand, she has this grim look in her face. She has a rolling pin and everything is covered in blood. But
Well
it did
done.
work, right?
Granny's gonna beat us now. Thank you, Torsten.
I pull Briona up close to me, and I point to the right of the waterfalls, and I say, if you go straight past the waterfalls on the right hand side, keep going. We'll protect you from anything that's following.
A few
So-
of them.
Are we awake hearing all this?
I mean, you and Scrack are the only ones in the cave.
I'm in there.
Well, you were donning pants. Pants activate.
Didn't know that
One of
was
my
a
new
spell.
powers.
Yes. One of your new powers is activation or deactivation of pants.
Voice activated pants.
Yes, we all need them. So, yes, Haskar, I would say that you can hear this commotion going on outside easily. And Scrack.
I was gonna say, plus you have like this innate sixth sense whenever Riona sounds upset, and I was sounding upset calling for Torsten. You get a little bing, must wake up.
I walk out going, who did what to who?
I instantly go to Hasgar from Torsten and I kneel in front of him and I show him my hands.
I'm still addressing the group of
Mhm.
people that walked up.
I'm just like,
Wait, did he just come out from did you just come walking out from behind the
waterfall.
waterfall?
Yeah.
You jackass.
Hey, I tried to tell him to stay where he was. Would he listen to me? No.
That was mostly the reason I went outside.
You should have said, totally, go out there.
Haskar, meet our new friends.
I don't have friends.
There's only 7 of them. Some of them look fairly rough. But there's 5 adults, 2 children.
I look down at your hands, Rihanna. What do I see on your hands? I'm sorry. I was dealing with a dog.
If it's still there, there's like you said like tiny tendrils of roots coming out, right?
There were.
Are they still there? I know there's blood still, but
Oh yeah, there's definitely blood still there, but no, the roots have gone.
I look,
I'm
at your
just
hand,
staring at the hands. Like,
I look at your hands going, and what?
I touch Haskar, cast healing word because I'm curious.
Okay.
Do the same thing. Ground, touch, because I know he can take a little pain.
All right. How much do you heal him for?
Let's see. So it goes to heal. Of course, max healing of 9 points.
Are you just touching like his flesh or shirt or armor?
I kneeled would be like this would be like touching the shoulder, like
All
where
right.
his shoulder would be, like right here.
Okay. So Haskar, as she does this, she's healed you once before at least. And she reaches up and touches your shoulder and looks almost pleadingly in your eyes as you feel the warmth go through your body and then a stinging sensation. If you were damaged, you would have gotten about 7 points of healing.
And I kind of look, and I wince and like grab her hand and pull it off.
I stare at my hand. Are there little tendrils coming out?
There are, but you can see them retracting slowly.
I like look.
So I say, maybe not do that again. That would be appreciated.
It's never done this. That's what I'm concerned, and I'm trying to show you now, Haskar, is it's doing this now. I nearly killed a kid.
I kind of go, well, yeah, there is that.
You like kids just as much as I do. It's adults that suck.
They're so noisy and smelly.
So am I.
I look at Torsten going, I take it. I wasn't supposed to be here.
Oh,
Under my breath, just enough so you can hear me.
I mean, not unless you wanted everybody to know about our hiding place.
I look at Riona and look at you going, we could kill them all.
No, we cannot.
I mean,
Hey,
if I tried to-
Strack.
Okay.
Everyone else is outside doing stupid stuff. I got a feeling that we should probably go, either to join them or stop them.
I turn to the people and I say, okay, whatever you do, don't react to anything that happens in the next 5 minutes.
That's a dubious warning.
you have a chance to leave now.
Just
warning.
go to the right side of the falls and keep going. Keep
They
going
fully-
up the mountain.
A fully dressed gnome carrying a pink umbrella emerges from the waterfall.
Ignore anything
poke
and
my
everything
head.
that comes out of the cave and just go.
I'll
Do
poke
it.
my head out of the
As
waterfall.
I see Scrack coming out going, kazoo!
Kazoo.
That's his magic word.
So this
Shut
is
up,
a
Haskar.
small waterfall. It's not very high up either. It is enough for an owlbear to walk into on all fours.
Hmm.
So at one point, yeah, it was probably a den of some sort. But yeah, you see this dapper gnome with a pink umbrella walking out,
Mhm.
and then the head of an owlbear just comes out. Its fur is just stuck to its head. Its feathers are all mishmashed. As it looks around, you say kazoo. It's like
At
and
this
you hear
point,
the
I
child go, how big is that cave?
at this
Nice.
point, I just fall over laughing.
I just go back inside. I just pull my head back in. I'm gonna wait for all these people to leave.
I look at the kid and say, not big enough for all of you.
Mhm.
The elderly looking woman who was holding the rolling pin, she kind of hobbles forward a little bit and she looks at you. Well, I don't know how many of y'all are in there, but we need to go. Is there like a village or a town or a city somewhere that they can do some reinforcement? Because my shop got overrun and I saw people being eaten and torn apart. I'm old, but I want to live to be older. You know what I'm saying?
And keep on running.
I don't know this region, ma'am. But you can't go back, so you got to keep going forward, right?
If
How-
only one of us had a map.
I was going to say, I pull out my map. It's Jessup's Nest and surrounding areas.
Don't send them to Jessup's Nest.
And I'm like, I take a piece of my coal and I write a big "do not go here." Just around Jessup's Nets. We're not gonna go here because that's just a crater now. I think we're somewhere up in here, and
By the mountains.
yeah. So I'm looking at the map, see if it gives us anything.
Okay. Roll an intelligence check for me.
Ooh, me?
Yeah, you. You're
Gross.
the one wanting to check the map,
Mhm.
Mr. Map Holder.
While
right.
he's checking, can I sneak my way
All right,
into the cave?
everyone who's in the campaign can see what I rolled. Just
Well,
Yeah.
it's been
That 20.
that
Yep.
20.
That's 20.
It's the only
I
time
don't
it's gonna
know
work.
why it's
You
doing
have-
that.
That's
You
the
have
second one
spent-
tonight.
I know.
They're all going to you. What's the deal?
You have spent a while with this map in your
Yes.
downtime. You've looked at it. Yeah. So with your charcoal, you managed to circle Jessup's Nest, put a big old X through it. You don't know if
Do
it's
not go
still
here.
standing or whatever, but you're like, oh no, that one's been destroyed. You trace the line up to between the mountains where there was a small town. You circle that one, cross it out. You go up northwest a little bit. You find another town.
Cross
Circle
that
that, cross it out. You kind of look and you're trying to find where you are on the map.
Kind of Max's
probably-
place in the town that we were just in.
Yeah. So as you figure out where it is, you start trying to find the easiest route. To the direct north, there is a fort. It is an area where they send soldiers to train. It is fortified, but this map doesn't exactly have names on it. It does have markings, but unfortunately, the Busby that you knew didn't give you a key to what those markings might be. But there is a tiny little fort drawn.
Well, so I kind of show them where the fort is and like that way. Stay as hidden as possible.
Oddly enough, one of the townsfolk, a younger woman, walks up. She's wearing an apron. She has a backpack full of clanging sounds, and there's some hammers hanging off of it. She looks at the map and she goes, "Yeah, that's a fort up north of here. Let's see. I believe it's called something Blue Cloak, Dawn Cloak, something like that. But yeah, they should have fortification and supplies. They've also got a direct line. They can get to the local kingship and let them know what's going on."
Excellent. You guys go ahead.
So why are you guys just out here? I mean, we've been walking a good chunk of the night.
As if we.
You look like you kind of set up camp. I saw the waterfall.
Oh, right. We had just set up to try to hide and get some rest.
After killing a bunch of demons, we fled the town.
I don't know if she believes you.
I
That's
kind
The
problem with
blood
telling
on
the
our
truth.
clothes doesn't matter
of
anyway.
loosen my hammer a little bit, going to walk up behind Torsten. We can still kill him.
I'm sneaking my way back into the cave. I'm done with these people.
Haskar. What's going on, Haskar?
Snowball.
Oh, you can't hear it.
I know, but still, just the
We
idea.
can still laugh at it.
Yes, we can.
I answer in my head, going, "You don't have to worry about it. We're fine."
I worry about everything, Haskar. We are partners after all.
So, as a partner, just trust me that we don't have to worry about this.
Not everybody has to die all the time, Ascar.
Oh, you don't hear me. I'm talking in my head. I'm just sitting
No,
there
I was
looking
just responding. That was me responding to you telling me
Oh,
we
okay.
can still kill them.
Mhm.
Death doesn't always have to be the answer, buddy.
I stay in my head going, it's just normal people scared. We don't have to kill them or everything. It's okay.
As you are having this conversation and the people are looking at you like, what is going on? Behind the people, with a fresh red apple in his hand, you see limping slowly with his prosthetic leg tied together. He's hobbling because it's lower on one side now. Comes Max from behind the people, just barely breaking off chunks of apple with a couple of his good teeth that he still has. And he kind of gums it for a little bit.
Fort Blue Dawn. Blue Dawn is where you should probably head. It's
And he points with the apple.
due north, about a league from here.
When did old man
Go
leave the cave?
go quickly.
We have a cart you could carry your injured in.
Or not.
I believe it's Max's cart.
It is indeed, and they are welcome to it.
I've healed most of their injured, so probably the ones with shorter legs should ride.
I look over you. Oh, you healed them? Never mind. I turn around and walk back into the waterfall.
I'm in there looking for Max and like, where the is the old man?
You say it out, are you saying it out loud?
Yeah, I'm just like, where's the old man?
He's outside. I go sit back down on my cot and just start my bed and start like putting everything together.
I go find Max.
All right. Drenching yourself once again in this frigid
Mhm.
water.
Don't you wish you had a pink umbrella?
Don't I wish I had ice powers? Yeah.
So as you walk out, you do see him talking to some of the more able-bodied townsfolk. As he goes to point at another direction, his prosthetic leg, it comes unbound a little bit and he almost falls. The lizard folk grabs him and holds him upright and just kind of pats him.
Stay here.
He walks over and snaps off a branch from a tree, walks back over, measures it a little bit, snaps it,
You need this. Thank you. But you should all be fairly safe there, at least in the meantime. I would suggest not stopping long, though. Whatever this is may be spreading. So, I wish you all good journey and good health.
Before they
run.
leave, I'd like to reach in my pack and pull out a jar of beads,
Okay.
and I'll hand it to them.
Are these all connected beads? Oh,
They're,
different
they're
jar.
not
different
that
jar.
kind of beads.
Different jar.
Different kind of beads.
You're always naked. It's always a question with you.
It is.
Fair enough. Don't
But you
eat
said you
more-
put pants on. Did you put a shirt on?
You're not here.
I'm walking out towards Max after getting drenched in the waterfall. That's why I was wondering.
Don't eat more than one of these beads a day. I know they're small, but trust me, if you eat more than one, you won't poop for several days.
Oh, it's true. I thought they were jelly beans at one time, and I had trouble for a week.
Remember, when times look as darkest, there's still light to be found.
Indeed. Wise words, Rusty. You
I have my moments.
something different about you. Something in the eyes, I think.
It's his hair, Max.
He's
Okay.
shirtless, Max, as I walk up.
I am cold, and he is shirtless.
I
Your
got one of those
nipples
little-
are enormous.
One of those little puffs of chest hair.
Is it white?
Yes. It's a bright white puffed. It looks like a rabbit's tail right there.
That's gonna haunt my dreams. Got it. Okay.
Mine too.
Jeez, Rusty, you look like a. you look
I
like
go
an
to
abominable
Max.
snow gnome.
Yep. I go to Max and like instantly put my arm around him to help him stand straight again. Be like, "Who let you out of the cave?"
I was unaware I needed permission to leave out the cave.
Last time I saw you, you were bleeding out of your side. I would have been nice for you to tell me if you were leaving.
I've been gone for hours, surveying, looking around. I have an apple. Would you like one?
Go to the cave.
We fixed him good. He's okay.
It's amazing
kinda-
what a good night's sleep will do for you.
At least
He-
someone had a good night's sleep.
He puts his apple right there on a tooth and starts walking with the cane a little bit. And then he sits down on the ground and with the end of the newly fashioned cane begins kind of digging through the cold dirt.
What you looking for?
I'm not looking for anything, young Rusty. I am paying my respects.
Takes a few more bites of the apple till it's more or less just the core. Puts it in, covers it up, closes his eyes, and you see this concentration on his face. Sweat begins to bead up on his forehead. And Rusty, you'll notice this more so than anyone else. There's a warmth to the ground.
I take a step back.
Is this the same Max as last night? And I'm not very comfortable around him right now. Does he seem different at all? Like
He's-
something has changed?
Wearing the same clothes.
That doesn't mean anything
The
to skin. We've had skinwalkers.
It's true you have.
Right now, me and Riona are both like, he's being a little weird. He's being weirder than usual. I'm not sure what's going on, and so I feel
Don't
uncomfortable.
be a skinwalker. Don't
Yeah.
be a skinwalker.
So, do I perceive anything off about him?
You're back in the cave, correct?
No, I told him to go back in the cave, but I
Oh, you
didn't
told
go.
him to go.
Yeah, I
Okay.
said go to the cave, and then he just stopped and started digging a hole.
Yeah. He sits, legs crossed under him. As he is doing this, he seems very he seems very alone. And he just sits there with this stick across his lap.
Those people were very, very good to me.
He looks up at the others.
Thank you all for your years of helping an old man. I do appreciate it. By all means, take the cart.
And he gives everybody that's around him a stern stare.
No one is going to try to keep it from you. It is my cart after all.
Who would argue?
And take my bag.
Pulls his bag off, hands it over.
There's supplies in there, some food, water. If you look really hard, there's even some cider in there from my stores. I wish you all Godspeed. Now run.
And he goes back to just staring at the hole.
I sit by him, but I won't touch him because I'm a little afraid to touch people at the moment. Like I went to go help him up, but my hand wouldn't touch him. It was just like, so I'm just gonna sit there next to him and try to focus on the apple in the ground with the seeds. And Druidcraft has not been working for me, but I'm still gonna try to Druidcraft the seeds to get a sprout growing, just like focusing on the ground.
Okay. As you are focusing on the ground and he is focusing on the ground, his eyes close a little bit. And after a few moments of silence, the people are trying to fix the wagon to get the stuff cleared off of it, get it upright, load people and their things. As they're doing that, you can feel the warmth under your butt of the ground. And you see a drop of sweat fall off of his old crooked nose. And after a while, a small green sprout comes out. He opens his eyes and he goes,
One down. 83 to go.
You're gonna try to grow 83 more trees.
Not all at once, but when the world takes away, give back.
I tried.
If it makes you feel better, Max, pretty soon the living will wish they were the dead.
I don't know if that's any type of consolation, young Rusty.
That's just creepy, Rusty.
What is wrong with you? You know
When
what?
you can see the future, it's not always pretty.
I yell from out the waterfall, so many damn things.
Before the day's over, Max, can we have a conversation?
Well, it's still fairly early in the morning. I suppose we can have one right now if you like.
I'll
Okay.
leave you to it.
Who wants to be voluntarily healed? As I look at everybody,
a lot of people just recoil at first.
I look at Torsten.
They can look at Torsten. Oh, okay.
I shrug. I walk up to her. Okay.
Since Torsten's staying, I'm gonna stay close to him.
I go to heal him.
You go to heal Torsten?
Yep, doing the same thing, focusing on the ground, pulling the power from it, and going to heal him. And when it matters, I can roll really, when it's just goofing off. But that's a total of 8 hit points. Like, here you go.
So you're doing the same thing where you're touching the ground, pulling from the nearby shrubbery?
I am trying to make the things come out of my hands so that I can show Max.
So the little sprout begins to wilt and turn brown and curl, and he looks confused and looks over at you.
And he's like, stop.
That's all I can do now. And I show my hand.
Barely able to see, but a few of
Just
the
little-
sprouts go back in.
That's a neat trick.
Mm.
So you're pulling from the life force of the world itself.
Seems to be. Can't pull from myself. I tried. Yeah. The only thing I can do without hurting anyone is this. I produce flame, and as it's there, I do thorn whip to hit a tree with the other hand, making the flame go out.
All right. So as you produce flame, it flashes, everybody
Mhm.
sees it. Some of the people are like, yeah, we need to hurry. These people are crazy.
Little bit.
But yeah, you can do that.
So I need
There's
to
always
talk.
another way, Riona.
I would love for you to tell me, because the only thing I've gotten from you is rambling. So tell me my story. Tell me how. I'd love to know. I really would.
As he slowly tries to get up, leaning heavily on the stick.
I give him my hand.
Okay.
He needs one.
Shut
Sorry.
He begins walking away.
Old men are prone to ramble.
Mhm.
I've hurt your feelings in the past. I apologize.
I've accepted your apology for hurting my feelings. But we're now in a point where we can't lie to each other anymore. We can't run off by ourselves into a city, risking our lives to go get an apple. You could have woke one of us and, we could have gone with you and helped you. You're not alone.
He's still trying to walk away.
I didn't ask for help because I don't need it. We are only responsible for ourselves. That is where our responsibility lies. That is what we know immediately after birth. It's called self-preservation. But those few bright souls in the world who ignore that and go and do things for others. I'm taking time to mourn them because that was a good town. They did not deserve that. If you want to know something, I'll give you what answer I can. Whether it's a rambling answer or straightforward. But I will give you answers. But in the meantime, allow me to mourn my friends.
I get up. You're not the only one mourning. And I walk the opposite direction away. Alone. If anyone follows me, I turn and I look at you and I say, alone. And I keep walking.
Okay.
I was gonna
Further.
say I'm hanging with Max for a minute. I can tell you need.
Mhm.
He's very grim looking, and he's silent for the majority of the walk to the cave.
Young Master Torsten, there are two things that I don't look forward to. One is going under this damnably cold water again.
You and me
And
both.
two is telling Riona her mother is still alive.
As he goes under the water. And that's where we're going to take a break.
The king's nuts, a tasty treat to stick in your mouth.
all salty and sweet and nutty. They fill your mouth and your heart to bursting with warmth and taste. Eat them, suck them, share them. Get your king's nuts in your mouth today.
Hi everybody, Riona here. I'm a 22-year-old human with flaming red hair who has 3 best friends, Hall, Oates, and Hasgar. Hasgar is a grumpy dwarf, and Hall and Oates are my pet llamas. I love to knit and spend my day on the farm. Hasgar came into my life about 1.5 years ago after he was injured in the war. My father sent him towards my village so that he could heal and watch over me. One day, a bunch of people and an owlbear fell out of my well, and I started learning dark secrets about my father that he never told me about. And I set out on an adventure to find him, not only to find him and bring him home, but to get the answers I really needed. The truth that wasn't told to me. Setting out on the adventure was a little hard, but it was okay because I had a group behind me. But just after my birthday, the comet that Rusty predicted hit the Earth, opening the gates of hell. So choosing to leave behind everything I love so that they would be safe, I set out with a group of, well, let's call them friends. My first real friends, besides Hasgar, Hall, and Oates. Now we set out on our adventure, not only to get answers, but to survive the gates of hell being opened onto our world, and I'm wondering if we'll ever be able to find those answers, let alone survive.
My name's Rusty. I don't usually say very much, ever since I got my throat hurt in the war. No, wait, that's not me. Hi, I'm Rusty. I went to the magical university for about 1.5 years until I was invited not to. I was really only there on behalf of my parents. They're rather influential. I had a vision of the end of the world, followed by many more visions. I can't tell which ones are true and which ones are false. For the last 20 years, I've spent prepping for the end of the world and trying to convince others that the things I see are real. It hasn't worked. Until now. I found a group of adventurers, and we traveled into the unknown. And then came the end of the world. That's right. I was right. Well, now we're up against it. Can't say I didn't warn you. My name is Hasgar Bonesplitter, and I used to not talk too much because of an injury to my neck. Now I don't talk too much because I'm not much for conversation. Or other people. Especially Rusty. Man, do I want to kill him. I came home from the war to watch over my commander's kid. That's Riona. Little did I know that I'd be following her on some damn fool quest to find answers about her past. Even less did I know that idiot Rusty would turn out to be right about the end of the world. My injuries were healed by a lunatic gnome named Davidos Busby, or some version of him. Things got weird. Even weirder when the side effects of the healing was to turn me into an unstable Echo Knight. I never know what or when I'm going to poof out, leaving behind some kind of echo behind. Anyway, Torsten is okay. He really seems to care about everyone, but I like Scrack the best. We both don't like to talk. There, all caught up. Now go away.
Let me tell you about Scrack the intelligent owlbear. He had no clue who he was before the day he became intelligent. Let me tell you, now he can think and reason and do math and things. He's amazing, and he's huge. He's like 8 feet, 7 inches, or something like that. He's big, and he's also very strong. And have you seen the claws on that guy? Super sharp. I mean, they can cut a rug easily. I mean, everywhere he goes, he seems to ruin rugs. But I digress. So Scrack is really awesome. He can think and he can feel, and we already covered that subject. But anyway, he's huge and he's strong and he's smart. And actually, I think he's probably smarter than the people that he's actually traveling around with right now. But I mean, they've seen a lot of stuff. He's been in the circus, he's been in the Thieves Guild, he's been in a wizard's tower, and he's done all this traveling with these guys. And you know what he only asks for? A silky chicken to snap into.
My name is Torsten. I'm a cleric of Tyr. I'm not really the preachy type of cleric, more the bringing the light to the darkness by setting the darkness on fire kind of cleric. I thought my greatest test of the gods was behind me when I had lost my family and parts of my face to a random group of rampaging demons. A tiny part of me still holds on to hope my family made it out. Of course, I have been shown that is definitely not my biggest test. PTSD dreams notwithstanding. In the last 5 days, I've lost my whole church to a mysterious cult where they turn you to ice and undead. I made friends with a grumpy warrior dwarf, a farm girl with a great and mysterious connections to the Fae and the wilds, an enlightened owlbear, and a couple of llamas. I made a new enemy with some weird cultist assassin, and now magic doesn't work right and my connection with Tyr is, let's say, difficult. Why is that, you may ask? Well, because of the weirdest thing of all. My friend Rusty. I mean, he didn't do anything except he totally had a vision about the end of the world by comet. And it happened. Now it's me, Rusty, and our new party of friends versus the end of the world, rampaging demons, and hellgates from all dimensions opening up around us. Hardly seems fair. Maybe we should give them a chance to surrender.
You've heard about them, you've craved them, and now you can have them! The King's Nuts are now available to buy in your own dice bag of nuts! Buy your own King's Nuts dice bag from Mid-Dice Crisis YouTube show made by the player Eddie Black, owner of Eddie's Odds and Ends. Order your dice bag today and get a set of nutty dice with a very special surprise inside. Find the link on where to order from our Linktree site. Please do not eat the dice. They are not real nuts, and we will not be responsible if you eat the dice. I'm looking at you, Ranger.
Yeah, and then I pulled it out of the. Oh, we're back. Hi.
That's what she said.
That's what she wanted to say.
So,
Good night, everybody.
welcome back to Mid-Dice Crisis. And I didn't give our tagline at the beginning. How out of it am I? We're a bunch of middle-aged people living our best fantasy lives, playing D&D. There we
Deeper
go.
than therapy.
Just
Yeah.
accept it, Mongo.
Take a deep breath and accept it.
That's what she said. Anyway,
I did.
so yeah, this is what we play with and then subject you nice viewers to. So again, we are Mid-Dice Crisis, and if you're joining us for the first time in this session, you're a little late to the party, but we'll accept you anyway. We love new followers. In fact, we have a small cult we're forming. I mean, a small following we're forming. So it's the Cult of Max. The following of
And
Max.
it's called the Cult of Haskar.
No.
It's
But-
called the Cult of the King's Nuts. Now
There
suck
we
'em.
go. Yeah. Their motto was "Suck it."
I'm so disappointed in all of you for that.
What can I say? So if you are able to hear during our break, we do have some new introductions to give. We're trying to keep that updated and rolling for you. We also have a commercial for the King's Nuts and their sack, and don't eat the dice. Don't do it. They're not really nuts. They're dice.
Commercial coming next week.
Don't
Well,
put them in your mouth. Don't
one of
stuff
these
them in your
weeks.
face. Canadians will get it.
yes. Though I don't think any of the rest of us are Canadian, so I don't get it.
We might
Well,
have
I
one or
like
two
you anyway.
watchers who are.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, we're global, baby. Thank you, YouTube. Anyway, So when we left off, we have 5 adults and 2 children trying to clear the wagon, get some healing, and get the hell out of Dodge, because hell came into Dodge, their town. It got destroyed, and so now we have some a little bit of in drama, if you will, because someone's not happy with someone, and someone else is not happy with someone, and everybody else like had various people visit them in their dreams. And with that, I would like for Scrack to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Me?
Yes.
I'm doing nothing.
Exactly.
Scratch. Oh, 19.
Woo!
19.
18 plus 1.
You, after your disturbing dream, you got up, moved around a little bit, went back to sleep. You are sleeping so deeply
Oh, God.
because you're an owlbear. And
you're
what do
gonna torment
owlbears
me
do in the
again.
winter? They hibernate just
do
like
they?
we do. Yeah,
Do they really?
they do really.
Well,
And you're missing your hibernation time.
uh,
Only thing is,
never
people
been
keep getting.
much in favor of hibernation.
Why so cranky?
Yeah,
What's
that's why
your
you're so
excuse?
cranky. So
Oh,
as
well,
you
I'm just
are
a
trying
dick.
to, as you're trying to go back to sleep, you can't quite go back to sleep because people keep
Because they're
coming
all
and
talking
going,
outside.
and inside, and they walk in and they get everything wet, and then they walk back out, and then they come back in, and everybody's doing stuff. And if you could only have a few more hours of sleep, you just come on, man. And as everybody left, with the exception of you at one point, it was fairly quiet in the cave. And as you could feel yourself starting to fall back asleep, as the noise outside became more muffled, and as you felt the warmth of your body radiating out and snuggling in your nice dry fur, you begin hearing the music.
Afro Circus.
And as it gets loud, you open your eyes and you're like, you shake it off and you try to get the music out of your head.
You
See
see
that-
Rusty and Haskard
that's a-
dancing along in cane and hat.
Poke it up, Afro Circus.
See, that's creepy even without the backstory.
Rusty, while you see Scrack shaking himself awake, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Saving throw. How's the 21?
21 is beautiful. That itch under your gloves, you for some reason you haven't really removed your gloves.
It's been a day.
It's been a day. Even when you were taking a bath outside, that helped. That actually helped. You remove your gloves for the first time, wring them out, and as you do, you see that there are purple swollen dots all on your fingers and the palm of your hand, across the knuckles. They itch, but not too
That's not
bad now.
Okay. I'll get that looked at later.
Or you could get it looked at now as Max slowly walks in.
Cold water. Not happy with it. And oh dear boy, what is on your hands? And why are you not wearing a shirt?
It's not that cold out.
It's freezing.
And as for your first question, your guess is as good as mine.
Let me take a look.
He kind of hobbles forward.
I told you not to mess with those bottles in my home.
You did.
Well, I don't have my bag anymore, so I can't really give you something to help this. Just keep your hands dry and clean for the next day or so, and if it starts spreading, If it starts spreading, just let me know.
Spreading to where?
Well, anywhere that you touch, really.
Okay.
Keep your hands to yourself, Rusty.
As Max doesn't realize that Rusty was like full on taking a bath. All right. So as he wanders away, he sits down a little bit. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm watching Riona walk away, but not letting her out of my sight.
I'm laying
I'd-
down and going back to sleep.
I would like to unintentionally cast Pass Without a Trace so I could be alone and stealth away.
Okay. Roll a stealth with advantage. Or not with advantage.
It's plus
Add
10.
Add 10.
Mm-hmm. So let's see.
I know.
Yeah, do you? Okay, so let's see. So stealth 13 plus 10 for 23.
23. Torsten, as you watch her walk, her image shimmers a little bit and almost like a mirage.
And that goes on for an hour. Pass Without a Trace.
Well, shit. Guess I can go safely learn about her mom now. I go back. I mean, if she's nothing, if I can see her, nothing I can do.
All right. So
Yes, go tell Hasgar you lost me.
all of you, with the exception of Riona, are currently in the cave, correct?
I would like
Yeah.
to touch Haskar's stuff.
Just all of it.
Just wiping the bad hand on it.
So can I roll a perception check to see if with disadvantage, see if I realize he's touching all my stuff?
I'm not trying to hide it.
Yeah, but you were trying to go to sleep, so yeah.
Okay.
I'm going back in to talk to Max, but currently I'm the only one standing outside.
I don't see it.
Okay. Rusty, as you do this, you feel a couple of the small purple pustules on your hand pop as you spread the this weird goo.
Ew.
It feels so much better, not as itchy where those popped. It's almost like chicken pox, really.
Don't even, man.
So, Howstar, you're going back to sleep?
Yep.
Scrack, what are you doing?
I'm staying awake. Sleeping sucks.
Okay.
I sit at the mouth of the cave, look outside.
Okay. The waterfall isn't a perfect veil, of
Mhm.
course. It separates in areas, so you can watch the outside. Make a perception with advantage because Albert.
Yeah. All right. Advantage. 22.
22. Nice. So you do see the people trying to get the wagon prepped. Some of them are having a discussion about whether or not to stay with this group of people or to go, or maybe the monsters are gone and we should go back to town, see if we can salvage anything or look for survivors. So they're currently in a debate over this. The two children are kind of huddled under some of the bits of blanket that were in the wagon. One of the people, an older gentleman,
Mhm.
he's almost like Rusty in his appearance, as far as his manner of dress.
I feel pity for him.
He's even wearing spats over his boots. Very dapper gentleman, but the more you look at him, the more kind of disheveled. His clothes, while they look like they've been fastidiously tended to this whole lifetime of their clothing existing, you can see the few threads here and there that are worn, a couple unraveling, that sort of thing. And he seems to be searching the sky.
Okay.
After the debate gets a little more heated, everyone stops speaking suddenly and turn to look at him as he's put his hand over his mouth and starts making duck calls. Your eyes go up to where his eyes are, looking in the sky. You see a small dot flying closer until a green-headed mallard flies close enough to be discernible. And as it swoops down, he holds his arm up just so, wearing a thick leather glove that covers his whole forearm.
Because mallard talons are well known.
Yes.
To be really.
He holds his arm up, and this mallard lands majestically on his arm, fluttering its wings, looking like he's just accepted the prize seat.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. I snickered to myself.
Again, ladies and gentlemen who are watching, Planet Apocalypse. That's in here. That's a few of the others are continuing with their conversation, looking warily at the mallard man.
What
was your roll again?
22.
22. Riona, what was your roll?
23.
23. Okay. I just wanted to see if you could see her.
You probably got a glimpse of the direction I went.
Yeah, you definitely see the footprints, but you don't see her. One of the
She's vaguely an adult.
vaguely an adult.
I'm not going to stop her.
As the water is pouring down, you are still warm and cozy in the cave. And that music starts pumping in your head again. And you hear the voice,
"Visit us soon, Scrag."
As Torsten walks past you, you do notice something on the back of his attire.
What?
It is a mark.
What
It is
mark?
bright yellow paint.
And
But
what's it a symbol of? Or what's the symbol?
it is the symbol of a gold crown.
Torsten.
Yeah.
What's that on your back?
Hair.
Never thought I'd be able to say this to someone such as yourself, but I'm not an owl, Scrack. You have to be more specific. Is it on my pack? What's going on? I start turning around.
Somebody put something on your back.
Kick me, son.
I take my pack off and look at my pack.
Yeah, where was the symbol?
Just below the collar line on his back.
On his back.
Gold crown, about that big.
On his skin?
No, on his collar. Just below the collar on
Okay.
his shirt.
It's on your shirt.
I take my shirt off and I look at it. Is this new to me?
Yeah, this is new. This is
Yeah.
a shiny metallic gold crown imprinted on your shirt.
Does it feel weird? Does it...
It feels like cloth, but it's metallic.
It's weird. Where did this come from?
Yeah, it doesn't look good to me.
Max, you got any idea what this is?
Hmm?
Do you have any idea what this is?
What is?
And I show him the crown on the back of my shirt.
Let's see here. A gold crown.
Okay, but I don't remember telling anybody to put it there. And it
You
wasn't on
didn't?
my shirt before.
So you didn't put it there.
No.
Odd.
So as they're talking, Justin, I'm going to assume I wake up and I look at the crown and accidentally cast detect magic because I didn't know I could do it.
Sure, absolutely. As you look at the crown and you can hear Snowball in your mind. Let's check this out. I'm curious. Your eyes flare, and the things you know to be magic glow a faint blue. That, however, glows bright.
I look at you going, whatever it is, it's magic, and I lay back down and go back to like I'm going back to sleep.
Who could have put that on you?
I don't know. The crown?
I asked
Weird.
Snowball in my head, what did it?
Gotta do like an Arcana check or something.
Yeah, if you like, anybody who wants to check it out, do an
I
Arcana or History check.
I just asked Snowball in my head, what do you think that's from?
Something, not me, but very powerful.
I rolled a 20 on a history.
20 on History.
I roll over going, it's really strong. Kind of like the smell. And roll back over.
This doesn't raise any flags with you guys. Okay. Torsten, with your you said a 20
History.
a 20 on History.
Yes, sir.
Was it a not 20?
No, 30.
Okay, dirty 20. You've never read about this symbol in books. In fact, very few books have crossed in front of your eyes that didn't have to do with your deity and the worship. So reading for fun has never been something that you've been too into. But
That's always been
stories,
obvious.
but stories, on the other hand, they're always passed down generation to generation. This is the crooked crown of Ingvar. Ingvar is supposed to be the first of your bloodline.
Interesting. How did this get here?
So with the 20, you recognize what the symbol is. But with that recognition of what the symbol is, you remember the story. Your ancestor, supposed ancestor, Ingvar, he was a Viking. He traveled all over looking for payment, as penance for those who would cross the deity he followed. He always took gold,
He was an
gold.
asshole.
Yes. And it made him exceedingly wealthy. It is said that he ruled over his clan for many years and grew fat. And as he aged older and older, and as he got larger and larger, his appetite began to grow. At first, it was wine, women, and food. And then it was more gold, more jewels, more exotic women and food, more mead. And he became voracious toward the end of his life when he was barely a recognizable slug of a human.
Job of
People-
a morph.
People had, yeah, basically. He had to be washed because he reeked so bad of just the sweat in every fold of his skin. He had to be washed with like a rag on a stick, big.
It just smells bad.
But his life was that of opulence and greed towards the end. When the elders decided that he was no longer a suitable leader, sure, he could make them rich, but he kept most of the riches for himself. They plotted a coup. The details vary, but Ingvar was said to have been struck on the head, and it made the crown dented. And that was the demise. Your bloodline has never been put in a place of ruling since that time. But you definitely recognize the name, the crown, and the story.
I look at it and I go, and under my breath, I go, "Nice try, my moon." Still not biting.
The mark doesn't fade.
That's okay. I don't put the shirt back on. I just put the rest of my stuff back on.
So 2 of the 3 humanoid males are shirtless in a cave with an owlbear and an old man.
Oh,
And a dwarf.
I have what I'm very sure now is a cold leather chain shirt.
Oh yeah. So cold, your nips are getting caught.
I'm like,
Ding, ding.
Ding,
I'm
ding.
I put, being the genius I am, I leave the shirt off. I put my alpaca poncho on first, or sorry, llama poncho on first. Then I put my armor on.
So
Little
super
itchy.
itchy.
Yeah, a little itchy, but it works.
Hey, little itchy, better than not. And I throw my shirt on the fire.
Okay. As it begins to smolder and turn black, it catches. It was still fairly damp from when you went through the falls. Where the gold is on the shirt, it does not fade. It just glows brighter, and eventually the shirt burns away, leaving the gold crown.
Fire's not gonna help you.
I put the I like kick the gold crown out of the fire, let it cool for a second, and then I put it into my alms box and lock it.
Okay. All right. Riona, what are you doing?
I am wandering away from the cave in the direction of the town, but I'm not going to the town,
Okay.
and singing to myself, just very quietly singing a song that I've just in my head, like just I've known all my life, just softly singing to myself, calming down, thinking about Hall and Oates, and really not liking Max right now.
Okay. Make a perception with disadvantage.
11.
11. Okay. So as you are headed in the direction of the town, not going to the town, you did travel very fast as a quadruped. So there's a bit of distance. Obviously, if the people are only catching up to you now.
Mm-hmm.
As you are walking forward, you can see ash floating on the stream, and you watch it as you hum to yourself a tuneless tune. Hello there.
Instantly stop, freeze, and slowly turn to find where the voice is coming from. And staff, like holding the staff that was on my back, like, yep.
Okay. You find a young woman sitting under a mostly leafless tree. Just, she was looking at you at first, and then she looks up at the sky. Lovely day.
Sure, it's just raining ash. Totally lovely day.
Any day is lovely.
You know, I used to think that.
Are you above ground?
Yes, obviously, I'm talking to. Unless I died on my walk, I'm pretty sure I'm still above ground.
Well, then it's a good day, isn't it?
Who are you? Very not comfortable.
I'm sorry for the discomfort. I'm Vera.
Are you a demon? Because I've seen a couple and they don't really look like you usually. A lot of like extra arms.
I've seen a few, but I'm not one.
You're not going to hurt me, right? Because I really don't want to fight. I've had a really rough morning.
I don't really feel the need, do you?
Not at the moment. I'm actually was having a good time until I got scared.
Again, I apologize. We will not feed on this one.
Oh, that's just so lovely to hear. I appreciate you saying that though, because as you can see, I'm an idiot and I'm alone.
You see 3 other figures come out of hiding, not crouching anywhere or hiding behind anything, but just almost shimmer into existence.
Hi, I'm Riona. And
Tell
I'm
me,
scared.
What can I do to alleviate you of your fears?
Honestly, I don't think you can do anything because I'm alone. I don't know you. And the last thing I dealt with was demons ripping people in half. And you don't look armed, but that doesn't mean you're not dangerous, especially if you said you're not going to eat me.
Wise for one so young.
You're not like the other hags that I dealt with before where they hold their heads, right? You're not gonna like turn into some creepy looking things, right? Because I'll
I
get closer
know.
and talk, but I like need your word you're not gonna hurt me.
I give you my word, I will not hurt you, nor am I a hag. And she blinks out of existence for a second, and you feel wind strike your face. And then you hear her voice from behind. I can come to you.
Glad that you can't see I peed my pants a little. Just turn, I look at her. Should not have been alone. It's just in my head. I'm alone. This is bad. I am alone. This is bad.
You hear in your head, you're not alone.
Out loud. Fuck. So, hi, Vera. I'm Riona. You have the upper hand. What do you want? I was just walking by. I don't know what I want, so don't ask.
What I want, little Riona, is help. Do you know of anyone who can help us? As she says this, the others start walking towards you.
With what? And I grip the staff a little tighter.
We request your aid. If you know of anyone who is capable to settle a family dispute.
What kind of dispute is it? Like, who's right? Or is it going to turn into one of those like tragic stories that I've heard where he kills his father to get with the mom?
Oh, I knew him, I think.
Oedipus?
Very complex.
She turns her back to you and begins walking away.
I do not take my eyes off her, but I'm still keeping the others in my peripheral vision so I know where they are.
Okay. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Surprisingly, I am okay with those. Let's see if I can roll good though. 18.
18. So as she walks away, you almost feel from behind you and to the right a force of will being pushed at you. And you kind of grip your crook a little tighter and you look away slightly from Vera at a very large, very muscular man standing there with dark, brooding eyes. His hair is down in his face, and he smiles a little bit and goes, "She doesn't flinch."
Trust me, you're not the scariest thing I've seen this week.
Oh, my dear, we'll have to change that. No, we will not.
I cast primal as my teeth and nails grow. I'm like, trust me, I'm scarier than you are. Just as a
Okay,
cantrip, a little intimidation.
When you do that, roll for intimidation.
Okay. May I have advantage by using my primal?
Why?
Just trying. I'm trying.
If you can give me a good reason.
I start growing nails, really long and sharp teeth, and my eyes go into a slit like a primal animal. That is intimidating.
It's unexpected.
Yeah. That's still 16.
16. Yeah, it was gonna have to be pretty high.
It's still just
as you stare him down and you grow your nails and you bare your teeth, he stares at you for a second, his brow furrows, and he's like, and as he smiles, you see Six Fangs drop. He holds his hands up and long claws, and his eyes glow. Neat trick. I've seen better.
Well, you may have seen better, but I've seen sexier, and I follow Vera.
As you follow her. Oh, Roscoe. Riona, let's have a girl chat, shall we?
I'm willing to chat because I'm not willing to go back yet.
She's staring up at the sky. It's an amazing thing. I haven't seen the sky, well, since yesterday, but I missed the sun more than I thought.
I miss the stars. They used to tell a story.
They did tell stories, didn't they? Did you ever hear the one? No. Probably not.
I'm willing to listen. I like a good story.
She stands completely still, almost unnervingly still, like she just froze in time and space. And then only her eyes move to you. Dear Riona, do you know of anyone that can help us? We've lost family members, and unfortunately, they can't seem to lose us.
How would I help?
If you know people that are capable, such as yourself, and she looks at your crook, she looks at your fangs and nails and all that. People with talent. If you know anyone like that, and if there's a good number of you, we could use your assistance. My clan, and she looks over at the three males, is dwindling. And I know this sounds like hate speech, but we like to keep our family close and pure. Others don't see it that way and have made, well, bargains. Unfortunately, there's more of them than us.
So, what? You want me to go talk to these other people and tell them to leave you alone?
Oh, you are young. And you just see her blink out of existence, and then you feel her hand from behind pat you on the head as she's walking away. Is there something
I'm
that we
maybe
could
young.
give you?
Give me what?
I think we have items that you might be interested in. Your kind usually prefers gold. Or maybe it's not gold.
Gold is
Maybe it's something,
useless.
something more practical then.
Let me touch you.
Where?
I just want to poke her and see if she's real. Just because she can touch me doesn't mean she's real.
Okay.
Just poke her face.
Poke her in the eye.
Just
and run. Just-
the skin is
Okay,
cold to
so
the
I'm-
touch, but it is there.
what are you?
Oh, I pegged you for a smart girl.
I could take a couple guesses, but I'd rather not be wrong. So just tell me.
My kind have lived underground during the day for many years. We come out at night to feed.
We have fangs.
I drop primal because I'm terrified.
And now, due to unforeseen circumstances, we can come out in the day.
It seems that way.
And it's a great opportunity for us. But as I said, we are a dwindling number.
So let's get this straight and tell me exactly what you want me to do. You want me to go and kill this other clan that's following you, I'm guessing?
By yourself?
And she closes her eyes. Make a wisdom saving throw for me again.
Leave me alone. Stay out of my head. 13. I'm a little scared.
Okay. So as you are a little put off by this, she opens her eyes and goes,
You have a pet owlbear?
He's not a pet, he's a friend. And if you touch my friends, I will stab you in the heart right now.
Oh. You'd have to find it first. However, I think that your pet gnome might be a good snack. Are they all
Probably
talented
the
like
only
you?
one. Yeah, more talented than I am.
Excellent. What do you say, Riona? Will you help us?
I say I will meet you back here in 45 minutes and I will go talk to my friends. If you wait and you're still here, then I know I can trust you and that you're good for your word. And keep Mr. Tall wannabe scary man there. Point. Pointing to
Oh,
Roscoe. I don't want to be followed.
she takes
My
a
word is I'll
step-
come back.
She's taken a step closer to you, leans in closely.
"45 minutes. If you and your friends wish to help, we can arrange a type of payment. If not, we'll think of something else."
I'll be back. What does she
We-
smell like, by the way, when she got real close?
Roll perception.
Just curious.
Yeah,
Roll a what?
perception.
Perception? Okay.
Patchouli and formaldehyde.
Yeah. So we got 10.
10.
You know, I just tried to get a quick whiff. Just
You definitely got a very quick whiff. It smells like dried herbs.
Spirit.
And an empty, abandoned Spirit of Halloween store. It's,
I know that smell.
yeah, you
I
did.
never mind. I'm not going to say what I've done. Okay. So I'll nod and I will be back and we'll discuss payment. I will come back by myself. As I'm walking away, I stop. I turn back. How old are you?
How old do I look?
Not much older than me, but I'm not fooled.
Age is just a number.
Just curious.
I like
Well,
curiosity.
my age is 22.
Hmm. I've had wine older than you.
I go back, but I like on high alert and I use because I still have pass without a trace up. I use that to try to stealth away. Once I get a little bit out of their eyesight, I start.
Okay.
God knows I can't outrun them.
No. All right.
Yeah, sprinting back to my group.
As you hurry back, how are you guys doing?
Time is it now?
Yeah, when I came in after burning my crown, stowing my crown away, I sit down with Max and I just look at him and I go, "Do you know where she is?"
Oh, you're speaking of Riona's mother.
Yes, between you and me, do you know where she is?
And this 10 square foot cave.
She remains under you. No, I know of her general whereabouts, but I do not know where she stays exactly.
We have to tell Riona.
Planned on it, dear boy.
Well, at least now we have a direction to go once she decides to come back.
What direction is that?
The direction of wherever her mother is.
Oh. I didn't know if you wanted to go to the fort with the others, or perhaps accompany an old man to see the other orbs, maybe, or
It's either the other orbs or if her mother is on the way to the orbs, perhaps.
no, she wouldn't be.
Well, we'll discuss it when Riona comes back.
All right. While you guys are waiting, is there anything that you want to do?
I would like to use some of our time to check out my magic, and I will ask Grak for the amulet that he had wanted me to identify.
Okay.
And I will attempt to cast Identify on the amulet and the helmet that I got.
Okay. So using this time, Scrack, do you give him the amulet?
Sure.
Okay. The amulet is the amulet of rage. So during the course, and this is homebrew, so unfortunately can't just look it up, but I'll give you the basics. It's an amulet that one time only, if you are wearing it and you fall in battle with 0 hit points, you pop up with 1 hit point and you are in a barbarian rage.
All right.
Okay. The helmet is a dark, almost black iron helmet. The face is completely covered except for the eye slits. There are wings that go not out, but straight up. And when you're holding it, black smoke begins to come out from underneath. And as you place it on your head, you feel the true magic happen. Your eyes flash red, but nothing else can be seen except blackness behind the eyes. And that's all it does. It is a helmet of intimidation. So it gives you an advantage on rolling for intimidation.
Hey, Askar. Wake up.
What?
Put this on. It's an improvement.
I look at it. What does it look like?
It is a dark iron helmet. Most of the face is covered except for the eye slits. It has wings, but instead of going out, they go straight up. So imagine Batman, but medieval.
How well fucking fly? What? I grab it and say, "Does it look like it's gonna fit?"
Yeah, it's magic, so it moves.
Well, I was asleep. I didn't really hear what the hell he was saying. So, like, I'll put it on later and go lay back down and go back to sleep.
You hear Snowball in your head. Ooh, shiny.
How long would that have taken me to run from where I was to back to the cave?
44 minutes. No, just kidding.
Oh God. I tried to do this quickly, just like
So some time passes, and you hadn't wandered too far, but you were in a steady, brisk walk. As you come back, the wagon is gone. Most of the people are also gone. There's only two remaining. One is the lizard folk, and he took one of the blankets from the cart and has wrapped himself in it. It is the pink and white chevron. He has it pulled up over his head, and it's kind of dangling with the corner. And he's sitting there and visibly shaking. Lizards don't do well in the cold. He is sitting next to a good solid cudgel that he's made from some of the trees around. But he's just facing towards where the town is. The old lady with the rolling pin is also there.
before I run in, I look at them. Why are you still here?
I owe you, and I never welch on a debt.
I don't even know you.
But your friend healed me.
He would heal a tree if he could. Just go. Shoot.
Away.
Shoot. Here. I reach into my bag and I pull out a poncho. Here, take the poncho. Go, lizard man.
He takes the poncho.
Llama.
Yes, and I miss them. So please leave.
Oh, that's this stuff.
Just
The old woman's like, look, I have been trying to tell him to leave too. I'm not going to go without him. I know that we're a little ways away from that fort. I don't even know if there's people there. Could you bring the old man out? They all went in the cave and they're like not coming out.
I go up to the lizard. You need to leave, please. To repay us, leave. Because being around us right now is not a good idea. You can smell things, right? Smell me.
Yes.
Can you smell what I've been in contact with the last 15 minutes? Leave.
Human.
It ain't human, trust me.
No. Human. The spice.
Human.
You've been cooking.
Human.
Awesome. She put cumin on me. Just go. Which I'm saying this very loud from outside the gate. Leave.
You guys can probably hear her.
I wake up
Hey,
just
Riona's
pissed.
back.
I wake up just pissed off when seriously, you people are just rude. Throw the helmet in my bag. Look at Rusty flip him off. Walk out.
That's how he says I love you.
Walk out the waterfall going, and look at Riona, look at the lizard going, could shut the hell up, please.
Well,
Okay.
they would if the lizard would go.
I look at Haskar and he can see the fear in my face, in my eyes.
I look at Riona going, you, back in the waterfall. You.
Not until the lizard leaves. He
Fuck
needs
off.
to go.
I look at
I'm
the
poking my head out. What's going on?
I look at the lizard and say, you, fuck off.
I do not answer to you, dwarf.
Max! Make the
Max!
lizard leave.
You see Haskar's jaw set kind of weird going, huh. Okay. I look at Riona going, am I gonna hit him?
I step in the way so he doesn't hit the lizard as I yell for Max.
What are you two still doing here?
He wants to talk to Max. Bring the old man out. We have to talk. I have less than 20 minutes to run back. Can you please all come out here?
Torsten, bring out the old man and the owlbear.
Now.
Scrack, buddy.
Nothing like a grumpy owlbear.
To wake a sleeping owlbear.
I help Max outside.
I come out from the cave.
All right. When you come out of the cave, they've seen you pop your head out before, but
Mhm.
you're not exactly ready for the muscular body that follows it.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, ooh. But the lizard kind of sets his jaw, looks over at Haskar.
Leather made from dried wolves. I owe my allegiance to that one.
Pointing at Torsten.
Torsten, tell him to
Fried
leave.
dwarves, huh?
I'm like shielding, like, cause I don't want him to hit the lizard, but I got shit to do.
I walk up to him and I hold my hand out and I go, "You owe me nothing."
Told you.
I repay debts. It is honor.
Tell him to leave.
And
Tell him to repay.
your aunt. It's okay.
I don't have time for this, Torsten. You really don't understand. Please tell him to leave.
Is your repayment to me will be to live and to protect those that you were with, particularly the young ones. So go catch up to them.
What am I? Just chopped liver? Hello?
Ma'am, you're one of the ones he's supposed to be protecting. But something tells me that you can protect yourself pretty well as well.
She still has her bloodied rolling pin in her hand.
I don't want to do that, okay? Now, I want to know how many of you all are going to help me and him, because obviously he's in love with you for whatever reason. Which one of you is the leader? Because I'd like to actually have a word with them about helping a little old lady out.
I turn and I look at her. If you don't leave in the next 5 minutes, a lot of bad things are going to happen. And I really like you. You seem spunky. But you need to take the lizard and you need to go. And I need to talk to my group. We have no leader. If we did, it would be the now bear. And I point at Scrack.
I'm gonna look at Scrack going, fuck no.
So as you say that, she looks at you, looks at the rest of you.
This is it?
Yes. See,
What
we
did you
can't help
expect?
you. Now go away.
Does
Just-
anybody know?
Problem.
Yes, I have several problems. Firstly,
Look, Corin, fuck off.
I physically shaking, like, please leave.
She just kind of quiets down.
or what?
And I need you all to roll perception checks.
Eight.
19.
22.
My phone froze. One moment.
23.
Ooh.
Jeez.
I'll be
Gentle
last.
viewers, I'm going to politely ask Torsten to have his dice weighted.
Right. I'm
I got
rolling,
a-
I'm rolling off of TNT so everybody can see my rolls.
Got a
Yeah, I
nice
know.
little 11 there. Too angry to pay attention.
So Skrak, Torsten, and Haskar are the first to know. As soon as she goes, or what? Haskar, you go to open your mouth, and the noise comes to you distant at first. Begins growing louder. It's the sound of a drum being hit hard.
Or that. You know what? Stay here. We're leaving.
I don't
Yeah.
want to stay here.
I look at Rihanna going, as we're leaving, you can tell us whatever the hell it is you need to tell us.
You can't come with me and I have to run back.
Too late. Let's go.
Okay.
Max!
man. Max is eyeing her up and down.
Yes. Old man, are there more people like at the fort that you were telling us about earlier? Several dozen, yes. They're trained warriors there. And that's north of here?
So as they're doing this, how much
Straight
closer
north.
is the drumming getting?
Oh, it's constantly getting louder.
I say, you know what, screw it. I turn around, pull out my hammer and go slam it in the ground and summon one of my echoes. When it's too late, we're screwed.
It is due north and several dozens. The small legion, they disperse. Yeah, that's all I needed to know.
And as she walks over to the lizard,
You were useless.
she jams her hand into the back of the lizard and rips out a section of his spinal column. His body falls down.
And so is this skin.
My life.
Before you stands a gruesome but similar familiar sight. In front of you is a horned, hooved beast. This towering humanoid has a horned skull for a head and sharp hooves for feet. Long strips of bloody skin still stick to its muscled arms and legs. Thank you for letting me know where more are. Because we need to swell our numbers, don't we?
Now we
As-
gotta kill
Beating
Attack.
sound becomes more and more louder. You start to hear sounds of almost a strange rasping bark as several creatures with multiple legs come rushing down the hillside at you. I'm going to send you pictures.
I rolled a 20, Justin. I summoned my barbarian.
Excellent. Because you're going to need them against these.
All right, let's go.
He stands there before you, smiling as these quadruped, sometimes more than quadruped, creatures come running down. They have howls almost like hyenas. And then you see and hear the source of the drumming, a large rotund figure banging away at this drum in front of him.
That's truly hideous.
The drum is made from its own skin being formed. There's a face as it slams its bone drumsticks against it. Its toothed maw and tusked jaw open up and it screeches as it hastens its drums. That's when the quadrupeds that are running at you, you see for the first time, have spikes coming off of their hind quarters as they run baying at you. You find it. Lost it. It is okay. Sorry, pause. As they come running, baying at you, this distorted humanoid bears layers of gruesome scars and stands with a hunched posture as though it's trying to shield itself from being beaten. Its hyena-like simpering noises coming out of its mouth, which is positioned as its head is almost curled completely under its body. Maws open up on its back as tongues whip around. Roll for initiative.
Disgusting.
As we're rolling for initiative, I say out loud, Vara, Roscoe, I'm going to be late and I wish you could help me right now.
Who the hell is she talking to?
Yep, I'm just to myself out loud. Like,
To myself.
it's out loud, but y'all can hear it.
21.
Oh, Haskar beat me.
I got a 14.
I got a 20.
Go Scrack.
15.
15 for Rusty?
Yep.
What'd you get, Rihanna?
14.
Okay. What is your
Okay.
dexterity?
I know it's not very high. Let me see. It's a 14, so +2.
Okay. And Torsten, a 4?
Yes.
Holy
You sure
shit.
it's a 4, Torsten?
All right, I gotta change my music I'm listening to.
Actually, I
You
rolled a
This is
5, but I have a
not
-1 to.
Oh, I was going to ask you if you had anything to advance it upwards, because you try to get up. But okay, that's cool. All right. So, Haskar, you and your Echo, what do you
Alright.
do?
I'm going to turn around and hit this thing that's standing right behind me
All right.
as hard as I possibly can, hopefully. How does a 20 hit?
20 hits.
Needs to make a DC of 12.
Dexterity or
I think it's con, right, Justin?
Yes.
Okay.
Fails.
Takes 13 points of damage
Okay.
and hit it again. Does 19 hit?
Yes.
And takes 11 points of damage from me and whatever the vibration does.
All right. All right.
And I'm going to move my echo up behind the drummer.
All right. As you do that, he rushes forward. What weapon is he wielding?
The barbarian.
Yes,
Axe.
an axe.
Okay.
Okay. So as he rushes forward, he silently yells as he's running forward. That's your go. You're moving?
Nope, I'm gonna stay right where I'm at in front of Rio. I'm gonna, like, if Riona's close to the thing that just ripped out the other thing's spine, I'm gonna move in front of her.
Okay. So Scrack is next.
Dude that just shed his skin.
Uh-huh.
I am going for him.
All right. This thing is called a skin cloak underfiend.
Skin cloak underfiend. I hate.
It's called
underfiends.
Nightmares.
It's called getting eaten by an owlbear.
Yes, eat him, Scrack.
All right. Bonus action rage.
Okay. Well, that's right, you
and then-
multiclassed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good choice for an owlbear, though. That's
Mhm.
awesome.
Right?
And first attack. 16. Does 16 hit?
16 does not hit. It's AC
Yeah.
17.
Ouchie.
All right. Second attack. 20. Dirty 20.
Nice.
Dirty,
That
dirty
hits.
20. All right. He takes 8.
Did you add your barbarian rage damage?
Hold on. No, I'm looking at that right now. So He takes 10. He takes 10.
10 damage.
Yeah,
Nice.
he takes 10 damage.
Justin, how much does that? How much damage does the tuning do
It depends. What did you roll
for which one? For my damage or for
for the attack roll?
the first attack roll was a 20, and the second attack roll was a 19.
Okay, as long as it's a 19 or above, it begins to vibrate.
Okay, so if it started vibrating on the first one, and then I hit it the second time, does that cause the damage to go?
Not yet. It was
Okay.
it was very very soon. It was hit versus hit and wait for it to build.
Okay,
I gotta send you those stats. I'm sorry.
that's all right.
I keep forgetting to send you those stats. Okay, so Skrek, you attacked it. You just raked your claws across it. It steps back a little bit. One of its exposed ribs cracks off a little bit, and it kind of looks at you and smiles, opens its wide jaw, its tongue flares out, and it has eyes and barbs all over it. As it tries to attack you as its reaction.
All right.
Let's see. Does a 16 hit?
No.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I was afraid of that. So as it snaps out at you with this tongue, you can tell that when it shoots out of this creature's mouth, it can extend past the normal 5-foot radius. It is a reach weapon.
Okay.
But it misses and glares at you.
Yeah.
Rusty, you are
That's
up.
this guy.
All right, the guys that with the drum and all that.
Yep.
How bunched up are they?
So the drummer is actually coming from the direction of the town. It's called and I'm probably mispronouncing this, Hortator. Hortator. The tater
No
of
kink
horse.
shame.
No kink shame. It is a ways away, but it is slamming down on its drums as it's began running at you. Still a ways away though. It's the simpering maggots that are coming, that are getting close. And as you look up, 6 simpering maggots, and you hear another barking sound from behind the Hortator.
Okay. I reach down, pick up a handful of snow. Are the simpering maggots within 120 feet?
Yes.
I pick up the handful of snow. I blow it at them. And a swirling mass of snow spins towards them and engulfs them. I cast slow.
Okay.
So they need to make a DC 15 wisdom saving throw.
And they are not that wise. A wisdom, they got 12. Yep. 17.
Yeah, okay, you're rolling them as one?
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Pack mentality.
Yeah.
Actually,
you
Neil,
feel
I gotta check something real quick. I
Yeah, sure,
apologize,
go for
Justin. I haven't had a chance to use this much yet, so
yet.
no, never mind. Doesn't work.
Okay. So as you do this, they kind of shy away a little bit, but they begin bounding all over the place, trying to avoid whatever it is that you just threw at them. You're not sure exactly how they see where they're going, since their heads are turned inwards and down, so they can basically see their underbelly as they're running towards you. They're leaping off of rocks and what few trees there are. And as they come towards you, they are, you know what, I'm going to do that. They're going to surge. All right. Got anything else for me, Rusty?
No, that's about it.
All right, Riona, you are up.
I'm trying to look it up now. Wild shape. Is that a concentration?
Concentration for wild shape?
So if I
Does it?
cast a concentration and then wild shape, it will not drop my concentration, correct?
Right.
No.
That's correct.
Okay. Shush. I am going to look at Scrack and just think, I wish you were bigger, and I'm going to cast Enlarge on him. You now go from a medium creature to a large creature. You also get advantage on strength checks, strength saving throws, and your weapons get an extra 1d4 damage.
All right.
Nice.
Nice.
So just
Cool.
something for you to remember. I'll try to remember too. And then I see him grow and I'm like, I need to help.
Like 10
Bonus-
feet tall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Basically, medium owlbear is now large owlbear.
Yep.
And I am going to turn into a giant red panda. Bonus
Okay.
action.
So as you look over at Scrack, you can feel the energy surge up through your feet and out, and Scrack, just muscle by muscle, just starts swelling in size, not painfully, but his
Scrack
claws do
smash!
extend. Exactly.
I made the barbarian bigger.
Yes.
And seeing
And
how
then
well you
you-
did last time, this should help.
And then you shiver like you're cold really quick, like you cold chill down your back, and the familiar red spreads all through you as you grow into a giant red panda.
And I am going to move to stand next to Scrack so that I am dead-eyed locked with the main bad guy. And now
All
he
right.
has disadvantage when he attacks.
Oh,
Agile.
nice. All right. Yes. Go, Rihanna. All right. It is the creature's turn. We'll start with the skin cloak underfiend. He is not exactly prepared to have an enlarged owlbear in his face. That kind of takes
Why
him
would
by
he?
surprise. So I'm gonna roll with disadvantage on this one. And got a 19.
Oh. With disadvantage.
Yeah, my
Damn.
first roll was a 20.
Damn.
I'll take disadvantage. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, so I'm guessing that hits, Mr. Scrack.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So he's going
How
to go
much
for-
damage?
He gets 4 attacks.
Good lord.
Holy shit.
That one hits. That one misses. That one definitely misses. So you get hit twice.
Mhm.
The first thing he's going to do is claw at you, slashing you with his right hand. He does 10 points of damage. Slashing
Alright, so
damage.
what is slashing damage?
Yep.
All right, so I've got resistance to that right now. So 5 points of damage.
Excellent.
All right.
And when he sees that, he's going to go for the bite. As he
Bite.
Which
that's
is piercing.
That's piercing damage.
it is piercing, yes.
All right, so I got
And it does
resistance to that, too.
12.
All right,
So
I gotta take
6.
Basically, all melee damage is halved while you're raging.
So you get the first slash and you just kind of stare back up at it. And then it goes and bites into your shoulder, and you're like, no.
Flex him off like, ha! Go, barbarian owlbear.
Meanwhile, the simpering maggots are going to close the gap because they are surging. The first one comes to, let's see, let me first ask, where is everybody in relation to the skinwalker guy?
Skinwalker's here. Scrack was here. I'm on the other side of them.
And
Like,
I'm
in front
on
of Rihanna.
Scrack's side now because I
And
moved to stand
And,
next to
and
Scrack.
apparently, I'm directly in front of them.
So I'm like
I was the
closer
one
to them.
talking to everybody.
So you're all right there.
We're all
with the
kind of in a
exception-
knot. I think
Yeah.
it sounds
We're like
with
in a
the
U right
exception
now.
of Rusty.
Speak for yourselves. I'm
very, very
Ru-
fireball friendly.
Rusty
Yes.
and Max
What
are
we're
behind
saying.
us.
Yeah.
Very fireball
I can see Max just backing into the waterfall.
effective.
Today is
Homer
not
Simpson
today,
style.
bitches.
Well, I only made fun of Torsten getting a 4 because Max rolled a 1. All right, so the first simpering maggot gets close up and is going to attack the barbarian.
The barbarian went behind the drummer guy.
Oh, he was going that way then. Okay.
Yeah.
Still in range. Yeah. Doesn't have to be the one I'm thinking of. It can be a different one.
Okay. Actually, does he go by me to attack him?
No, they were coming down to you, and if
Yeah,
he's
I was-
running towards them,
Yeah, I had him like go up towards the drummer.
yeah.
Which one is he attacking? Is he attacking Scrack or me? My
No,
Echo.
he's. Say again.
Is he attacking my Echo or is he attacking Scrack, the barbarian?
No, the echo.
Okay. Okay.
The echo that ran forward to attack the
Yeah.
drumming creature. All right. That definitely hits. Let's see.
What'd he roll?
An 18.
Yeah, he hit. I'm dead. He only takes 1 point of damage.
Yeah. So it runs up and it leaps up, and with its club-like appendage, just as the barbarian mid-leap with his axe just disappears into nothing. It's a little confusing and causes that simpering maggot to land unsteadily, kind of fall down on one side, get itself back up, tries to look around and right itself. The others are still surging at you guys. The Hortator is still traveling forward. He only has 30 feet, so he's going to do 60. So that's his action and his movement. You still currently only have the one guy in your face, but the others are getting closer. Torsten, you're up.
Oh, it's my turn now?
Yeah, it's your turn, buddy.
Okay, so I am going to I'm going to bonus action Shield of Faith on Scrack.
Okay.
So Scrack, you get a +2 to your armor class now.
We know who to buff. We really do.
And
more damage per capita than anyone in this group, and I get crap.
and just behind me, I'm like whereas we're all kind of semicircled sitting, I'm going to cast it in a space right behind us where everybody's within 5 feet of it. I'm calling forth a guardian of faith,
Okay.
and to be standing watch behind us. And
All right.
any critter at the beginning of its turn, if it's within a 10-foot range of the guardian of faith, it does a dexterity saving throw, and if it passes, it takes damage. If it fails, it takes more damage.
All right. Sounds excellent. So that's your go?
That's my go.
All right. Max is up, and he hobbles out. His broken appendage is still not allowing him to travel very quickly. He drops down to his knees and kind of just starts three-legging it, so to speak, to move faster, leaving the stick behind. And as he does this, you can see, Torsten, you can see as his fingers reach up, they dig deep into the frozen earth. You can almost hear a snap of one of his fingers. He winces a little bit, and his eyes flash, and you can see a stone wall rise up around the party that are fighting the skin cloak underfiend. So they are all semicircle with the stone wall so that the other things coming don't see what's happening. That takes us back up to the top to Haskar.
Hit the stand thing, the tuning fork thing again.
Okay.
With a 23 to hit.
23 definitely hits. As the
Takes-
vibrations rise in their tone, getting higher pitch and higher pitch,
Takes 9 points of damage.
plus 17.
Okay. Nice. And a 21 to hit.
That hits.
And it takes max damage of 17. And it means to do another AC. Or does it just keep going every single hit?
I'm sorry.
Does the tone just keep going every single hit, or
Like a tuning fork, when you hit it, it does vibrate.
okay?
Continues to vibrate. Whew. That is a lot of damage put up. Okay.
And bonus action, summon another echo. Pissed off. That's 20 again. Why couldn't I get this on my hits?
Right?
I'm gonna summon my barbarian again.
All right. So you see, where is it?
It's right behind the skin cloak, like
All right.
just standing right next to Rihanna.
So it's in the enclosure with you.
Yeah.
You see another form of Haskar in barbarian form mid swing as he's leaping through the air with his axe. Like, what happened? Where am I? Huh? Oh. But yes, you do form another echo behind you.
All right, and that's it for my go.
All right, big bad Scrack, you're up.
Yeah, I gotta go to town on Skin Walker. Skin
Cloak.
Skin cloak guy.
Yeah, out of curiosity, why do they all have like faces and mouths in their crotchal area? That's weird.
To keep people from doing dirty things to them.
It's a
I
fetish.
Keep rogues from going there.
Bards. You mean bards.
Bards.
All right. Does a
I don't know,
19
some
hit?
bards. Yes, 19 hits.
19 hits.
Bards might
All
still
right,
do it though.
It takes 11.
Remember, you get an extra 1d4 to your weapon attacks.
And another 1d4. So it's 11
because you're enlarged.
plus 4. So it's 15 for one attack.
Okay.
Ah!
Nice.
And,
Ew.
and I miss with the second attack.
Oh.
But I'm going to go ahead and do an action surge and take a third attack.
Nice.
You actually get 2 attacks with action surge, by the way.
Oh, I do? And I
Yeah,
miss
it's
with
another
one,
action.
And I hit with another. I hit with the other. So it's 10, 12,
Okay.
plus 3, another 15. So 30 points total.
Nice. DMing. All about the math. All right.
Hmm.
Math rocks.
Math rocks. All right. That you go, Scrack.
Yeah, that's my go. I am going nowhere. I am going to make a nest of this guy.
You got a nest in him. All right. Rusty, you are up.
Yep. You know what? I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
Do it, buddy.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Not
What's
gonna
the
add a
point of-
little rusty twist to it.
No, so that's only a 13. That one misses.
Mm-hmm.
They come out looking like ice bolts, though.
Exactly. So 17 to hit.
17 does hit.
So you're gonna Eldritch Blast by letting them go.
No. That's 8 force damage.
Throws he throws bags of king nuts at him.
And that's it.
All right. So as you do your first Eldritch Blast, you're like, oh yeah, I can do this. You point your finger and snow just
It goes
in a
off prematurely
neat
the
little
first time.
Second time, bolts of ice fly out at him. All right. And Riona, you're up.
sent you a message. For my action, I am going to lunge and bite at the thing that Scrack's attacking because I'm next to Scrack.
Skin cloak underfiend.
I'm gonna bite the skin. Arr.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of it. It's dangling all over.
All right, well, it's, let's see, +3, so
Man, I hate dangling.
16.
16 does not hit.
Well, I bite at him and then just kind of like, I'm trying to shove him towards Scrack. Get into his arms. Get into his arms.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna grapple him next round.
Just kind of batting at him.
All right. We'll start with Skin Cloak. It is taking some damage. There's this hammer going on. There's this crazy giant owlbear. Yes, Torsten.
There's also a Guardian of Faith now attacking him.
Oh, that one does it on your turn, though, correct?
No, on their turn.
Oh, it gets its own turn?
Mhm.
Or-
It attacks on your on the
On,
monster's
the
turn.
monster's
on the
turn.
monster's
Okay.
turn if they're within
All right.
10 feet of him for
Do
the
it.
first time.
Do
So
it.
it's a deck save of 15.
Dex of 15.
Yep. And said numbers too. So
Ooh, no. Does not make it.
does not make it.
No.
20 points of God damage.
Holy damn!
Damn!
20. God,
Power of God.
I like how you said God damage. Like,
Cool.
boom!
Yeah.
It's the new
Damn.
swear, God damage instead of, well, yeah.
So as it is looking at Scrack the Owlbear and looking at Haskar the tuning fork, got hit by a bolt of something from a small gnome and sees this wild redhead turn into a panda and slash at it. He's not too worried about most of you. Haskar and Scrack, he's looking at wary like, oh, I may have not thought this through. He looks over at Rusty, and you can almost see a smile curl on its lips as it begins to teleport to Rusty. Mid teleport, this hand reaches into the smoke cloud, grabs hold, and pulls back. Pulling its top jaw back, you can hear the Skin Cloak Underfiend scream out. Its tongue whips out and tries to hit this Guardian as the hand gets into a spear point right through its mouth into its throat.
That was my nest.
Light
now
begins
it's a
to
pile of
emanate.
ash.
And the Skin Cloak Underfiend blows up, light everywhere, because radiant damage is holy damage.
Mhm.
And these are devils. So it didn't take the amount that you said. It took double that.
40
40.
points.
That's
40
awesome.
points.
That's almost as much as I did.
Well, we have be mad,
That's much
Scrack.
like
There's
it.
still a lot more coming, buddy.
Almost as much as I did.
Or unless they run like, because they just saw their leader
Explode.
No, they didn't,
Light.
because that was
It's a
done
wall.
behind a large stone wall.
That is true.
But speaking of, the first simpering maggot gets towards you and leaps over the wall.
And
As
as
it
soon as he
does.
gets within 10 feet of the spectral, the Guardian of Faith,
Mm-hmm.
it needs to do a deck save.
All
of
right.
15.
Guardians of Faith are awesome.
Anyone
Guardian-
else like thinking
Guardian's
the Guardians? He's sitting there with like a tennis racket waiting, and he goes back over the wall. Yeah.
Damn,
So-
I might just go to sit here and relax while Guardian Face does the whole thing.
I might just run off
It
because I got other
rolls-
crap to do.
It rolled a 17. It does miss.
So it takes 10 points of God damage.
Okay.
Which I guess would be doubled.
Yes.
That's still ouchy.
God is good.
Which one though? No. Anyway, so yes, it does screech as it flips its head up. You can see that it is dual skulled, jaws drop open. It has some sort of metal almost anchor attached to it like a collar. It does flop down. Oh no. So as it reaches the ground, it tightens and you hear as you see the muscles on its back tense up and bulge out. It is flinching and hunkering down. And as it does, its heads come up and look for the source. Next one.
Source of what?
For the source of this entity.
Oh, okay.
Next one comes running around on the outside and runs directly at Rusty.
Sentinel.
All right.
So I'm going to hit it.
So
If I hit it, it stops.
All right. Roll.
So now where's Rusty compared to the rest of us is my question.
27.
In the back with Max. 27?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might hit.
It takes 13 points of damage, has to make a DC 12 con, and it's literally, it can't move any further.
Okay. As you slam it down, its head hits the ground, its body flips over, and it just crushes in on itself, and you hear that same simpering, whining sound as it also starts to bulge up its muscles.
And so I was just gonna say, just so you know, the Guardian of Faith is a 10-foot radius.
Oh, and that one needs to make a save too.
And it's in the middle of us.
Yep.
So every new dog has to make a dexterity of 15 save.
You got a
And I'm
16.
gonna drop out of rage.
I didn't. No. You stay right where you're at. Okay,
No,
so-
I'm just saying
so-
I'm not gonna get
so
a
that one-
chance.
I'll punch you.
That one, yeah. If that one got over a 15, then it takes 10 more points.
Okay.
It takes 10 points of God damage.
All right. Got it. All right.
And you
One
start
by
kind of,
one.
you guys start to kind of see
Nope.
the Guardian losing its texture, as it were.
It's texture. Yeah. So yeah, one by one they do come around the sides, trying to get to you. They will try to avoid. One of the simpering maggots, however, appears a little different than the others. This one has shreds of cloth and armor.
How many of them are there?
There's 6 total.
Okay, and we've done 3.
So as this one comes to light, its head raises up and it has a goatee and what's left of what looks like a city guard's sash.
Oh, that's great.
Torsten, you're up.
Are the other 3 are not in range?
They are coming around pack tactics, trying to get you all enclosed in.
Okay, but they're staying more than 10 feet away.
Yes.
Okay. Then
Not the smartest things, but they do have tactics. So
the one with the one with the cloth and stuff coming off of them. I'm going to cast guiding bolt at 3rd level.
okay.
Oh, 14.
14. That hits.
Yay! Glowy, glowy.
And so that's going to be here. It's going to be 20 points God damage.
All right. All right. Let you go.
And then I'm going to bonus action. Hang on. Is it a concentration? Yeah, it's concentration. How many concentration spells can I do at once?
One.
One.
Okay. Oh,
Hence the name concentration.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's why I asked about the enlarge. I wanted to make sure that I could still concentrate as a panda.
If you can melee attack or instantaneous attack, you can
Mhm.
maintain concentration.
Right. Okay. Then yes, that will be my turn.
All right. Max, he is going to stay in the same place. See if he can do this. Oh. Torsten, as you look down at Max, he is heaving. There's sweat pouring down his face. The front of his leather tunic is damp with sweat. It's definitely soaking through. And he's panting. He looks up at you and goes,
Let's try this one.
and you see what would normally appear like 3 spikes, large rock spikes, come up out of the earth, trying to attack 3 of the hounds. This hits, definitely hits. 2 of the 3 get impaled on these spikes. They scream out in agony. Not as much damage as I would like.
Sucks to be them.
Yes, it does suck to be them because they are not able to move from their locations. Those 2. They are impaled on these stone spikes, which the more you look at, the less like spikes and more like Max's fingers and thumb.
Max. Dude.
Heskar, you're up.
So the one with the armor, how far
Yep.
away is he?
He is just out of range for the area, so he's 15.
But I can throw my hammer at him still.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right, I'm going to throw my hammer at him.
Do it.
26 to hit.
26 hits.
He needs to make a DC. Takes 11 points of damage.
All right.
Then second attack is 15 to hit.
15. Make sure. I believe so. Yes, 15 hits.
Takes 16 points of damage.
Okay.
And that was on the outside of us, so he's by my avatar, my echo, correct?
Sure.
Okay. And my echo is going to attack with his great axe.
Okay.
16 hits for 16 points of damage.
Okay.
And 22 hits for 12 points of damage.
All right. Nice.
And did he make a save?
He did not.
Okay, so and now he's ringing.
Yep. All right. Nice round.
Yeah.
Scrack, you are up.
All right. What's left to kill?
So you have 2 impaled on spikes.
Right.
You have 2 that have been burned by the avatar.
Okay.
You have 1 that's beaten almost to death by Haskar.
Mhm.
Let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 that has yet to be touched.
The one that's yet to be touched.
Yes.
I'm
You
gonna-
also have the drummer getting closer, as
All right.
well as.
I'm going after the one that hasn't been touched.
Okay.
All right. I'm assuming a 9 does not hit.
9 does not hit.
Yeah. I'm assuming a 20 does.
20 definitely does, yes.
Yeah.
Dirty or natural?
Dirty. So that is 12, 14, 16 points of damage.
Nice. Ripping down its spinal column,
That's
severing
right.
off one of its tongues as it flies away.
It's what it came here for. It's what it deserves.
Yes, it definitely does the simpering sound as you see it flexing its muscles even more, and they all bulge up. All right, Misty, you're up.
So the drummer, that's the drummer guy that's still a little ways away.
About 30 feet away
Well,
Are you just a
from the main.
chicken?
Ow.
I'm about to blow a whole lot to get not much in return, I think.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
I am going to cast forgot the name of the spell. Hypnotic pattern on him.
All right, do it.
And don't bother rolling because I'm gonna use a portent. He rolls a 5.
All right.
So he
fails.
is charmed.
Let me make sure.
Yep.
Yep, he is charmed.
Oh,
Hey!
it worked.
Look, he
I
did
was-
something. Look.
Oh, can I include Haskar in that?
you can certainly try.
Okay.
To coin a phrase.
And I am done with him hypnotized.
All right. Riona?
So we have a hypnotized one and 4 little dog things left.
There's
We have
6
6.
total.
6 total. Okay, we haven't killed any of them. They're just
No.
hurt.
Let's see, there's 4 of them hurt, 5 of them hurt.
hmm
One is mostly whole.
But there's-
I
2 by us that are inhaled.
Okay. As a giant red panda, can I go over and just push it down further onto the impaled spike until
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
splits in half?
Absolutely. You know what? I won't make you roll an attack roll. Roll a strength check.
Let's see. I think it has better strength. Yeah. So it's just +1. Let's see.
As this
Strength.
fuzzy red, adorable giant panda, giant red
18.
panda comes up. You see the one squirming, its legs are flailing around. You just reach up.
Spin it a little bit just to
Just pulling it down until it splits
It
in half.
screams and thrashes. As it turns its face to you, you can see the face of someone you didn't know, but you definitely saw. He was cursing you out as you hit him with the cart. He
Oh,
has
for
been
it.
turned into
Nope.
the panda goes, nope, nope,
No,
nope,
yep.
nope.
Pushing it down.
You're slowly realizing that these are not demons per se,
These
but
were
they're
townspeople. We
They're
knew
not
this.
human anymore. So it's
We
not
knew
my
this
problem.
coming in.
All right. Is that
So-
your go?
Are we
Uh,
noticing that would they be considered undead?
No, they're definitely alive.
Yeah, I'm gonna move
I
over,
said undead.
push him down until he splits in half and dies, and then I'm gonna go and the one that's hypnotized. Is that the biggest one? The skin person?
As the drummer.
The
who-
drummer. Okay,
yeah.
that's too far away. I'm just gonna make my way over to the other one and stare at it on the spike, getting ready for my next turn to pull it down.
All right. As you do.
Bless you.
Sorry.
As you do, you hear that strange rasping bark get much louder. It doesn't leap over the wall of stone per se. It glides over. As an alpha hellhound flies down at you, Riona.
And will do its dexterity check as it.
It'll do its dexterity check. Yes.
And it'll take a sentinel hit.
And
18.
as as my reaction of it coming at me, it has to attack with disadvantage because I can see it with agile.
Okay. So roll an 18 for its dex save.
Mhm.
Okay.
Vortex.
That would
Sorry.
be a dirty 20 actually for its dex save.
Okay. So
Silvery-
it takes 10 points
No,
god
no,
damage.
no. Silvery
No.
barbs. Roll again.
Go, Rusty.
Oh,
No one hurts
dang.
Riona.
All right.
I'm just a little
Rolled a
panda
nat
sitting here, and this
20.
thing's gonna like.
Nat
Nat
20.
20. And regardless, Haskar gets advantage on his next attack.
Does a
Oh, there you
24
go.
hit?
Yeah.
24
Well,
hits,
hold on,
yeah.
hold on. He's got to take his damage. So he took
Yeah.
So
the
let's
10
do the
from
damage.
Sentinel.
It's
Yes.
10,
Everybody's like reaction, reaction, reaction,
Yep.
reaction.
10,
Mine just does disadvantage, guys. I'm just like,
I was going to say it's the beginning of its turn and it moved within 10 feet.
Yep.
So 10 points god damage to it.
Okay.
And then 15 points bludgeoning damage, and it's literally falls out of the sky.
All right.
just
I'm
little red
gonna
panda
make an
sitting there,
estimate.
like,
So as you see the guardian flare at it, it squeals as it takes damage from that, and then like a baseball gets smacked by Haskar, knocking it off course.
Hi.
Still rolled really high on attacking Riona though.
I didn't make it to Riona. She's past me.
Oh, that's right.
It has to stop
It has to
dead
stop.
where it goes.
Okay. All right. Then
I
it's
love
gonna-
Sentinel.
Then it's going to attack you. Does an 18,
Go for it.
17 hit?
It does not.
18 hits, right?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, you guys are getting up there. All right. So it does not get to attack you. But at the same time, you also hear the same rasping bark as another one flies down.
Oh, and it needs to make an AC Dex con save.
They're not the smartest.
We are going to irritate Justin into
No.
killing us all.
No.
I'm just saying that right now.
That's our job.
It rolled a 12.
Okay,
I see a
It's
comet
it's a 12.
growing larger in the sky.
It made
Okay.
save.
So it takes 20 god damage
Okay.
and the guardian of faith disappears.
All right. So as
Aw,
that
man.
flare goes and burns this new alpha hellhound, it drops down, leaping over the short form of Haskar. Unless you got something else you can throw
No,
out.
I'm good.
And it's going to attack Riona.
Little panda just like, one dog, two dog.
Does a 17 hit Riona?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was prepared for you to say no.
I'm a red panda. I don't have very good AC. I just have good health.
Okay.
Not the best health, though.
It has one bite and one claw attack. Okay. Riona, as it runs at you, it opens its maw and it bites into your panda fuzzy's shoulder.
Oh.
Sorry. You take 21 piercing damage.
Okay, yeah, I'm not a panda anymore. My health wasn't that great.
You take 5 fire damage.
So that transfers over because
Yep.
that knocked me out. So that's 5 fire. Owie, owie.
And 4 necrotic.
Ooh.
Oh. 5. And then how much necrotic? 4?
4.
4. Owie.
Send you guys a picture of this real quick.
Did the one I hit, Justin, did he make a save against the con save for tuning fork?
He did not.
So he's ringing too.
Oh yeah. You got 2 ringers. All right. Now for the claw attack.
Bad doggy. Bad.
That does not hit you.
My AC now that I'm back to normal is 16. So it's up to you.
Yeah, it definitely does not hit you.
Okay.
but
Doggy.
it did bite hold of you, and it raised its claws up to claw on you. You were able to wrest yourself away from it. At this time, that is the monster's go. Torsten, as you are looking at this battle, you're thinking to yourself, you got this. Until a very large individual with blood all over his body appears in the middle of the ring. And you realize he has a hold of one of the simpering maggots, just torn in half in each hand. He looks at you and flashes a big toothy fangy grin. Another one appears on top of the rock wall. A female this time. I was beginning to think you weren't going to show.
Just holding my shoulder.
Wait, does only Torsten see this, or does all of us see this?
Well, it's Torsten's turn. That's why I was saying. Plus, he's a little
Yeah.
farther back from you guys.
How close are they to me?
They are. Well, she is with the group, but above them on the wall. And as they smile at you with their fangs, and blood drips from their bodies, that's where we're gonna call it a night. We'll pick this fight back up when we get back.
Please
You
don't kill
suck.
my new friends.
You suck so much.
You're the worst. I have. Oh,
Okay, is it me, or does the dog look like Ren from Ren and Stimpy?
A little.
Little bit.
All right. Well, then we're gonna say
Finally
good night.
confused.
All right, good
Oh,
night.
can't
No,
wait till next
Torsten,
week.
you gotta hold it. Hold it for a week.
Let it just sit and fester.
You can't let it go.
Ire.
You're not Elsa. Rusty is Elsa.
What's the matter, man? Got blue dice?
Good night,
No, I
everybody.
got brown
Good night.
dice.
We love your
Good night,
faces.
everyone.
See ya.
We'll see you next
Good
week.
night.